I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried
and this is Tonight.
on Murder, She Wrote.
And Cornelia
Oh my
is dressed up
God.
in this frilly, lacy,
Oh,
wicked witch garb.
this is David Bowie Labyrinth meets Wicked Witch of the West. It is so
It's
weird.
it's extravagant. It sort of softens, I feel part of the expression softens the blow on oh god, she's still wearing that hideous top.
I know.
She had to die in that too. He has to keep her so that the hotel keeps running.
Well, and frankly, without gay Minion, they're all fucked.
There's our title. But
Her eyes haven't left this table since Grady arrived with Mrs. Boomba. There's going to be fireworks tonight.
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
If there were foul play, I think I'd like to speak to that nephew.
oh hey,
Hi,
I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried.
and this
This
is
is Tonight
Tonight
on
on
Murder, She
Murder, She
Wrote.
Wrote.
It's always
Oh,
so
very
cute the way
nice.
they do those opening sequences. There's going to be fireworks tonight. Cut to lightning.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
very
Although
nice.
when we get
Good
to
job,
it,
editor.
Charlotte Rae has like, and I love it. She's just,
Hmm.
oh, she's eating it up. She
What
said,
an interesting character she plays in this, isn't it?
"Oh, I adore her. I
Yeah, she's
adore
cool.
her."
She's a yummy little scene muncher.
That, of course, is Charlotte Rae in Doom with a View. Ho!
Oh, this sounds like
We
an
are.
R.L. Stein novel,
It is a little bit. It is a
right?
little. It's a little Fear Street.
Uh-huh.
But but it's one of those things. Like I said, like sometimes if the title kind of sucks, or the title is a little weak, or the title's a little jokey, I'm like, that's what Jessica would have called this novel, though,
She
wouldn't it
kind of would
be?
have, yeah, yeah. You gotta give him credit. Jessica and R.L. Stein are not that far apart.
Uh, but we're back in New York. This is season four, Doom with a View. Jessica has was just in Cabot Cove for Indian Giver, which we watched last week. She'll be back again next week. Here, she's visiting Grady.
Oh, Grady.
Oh, Grady.
So
And this
smart and
is
on it, Grady. Nothing gets
well,
by Grady.
this is one of the most Grady episodes.
Oh yeah.
He's
He's really a central figure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he behaves in a way that I think that sometimes we associate with Grady in general, which is sort of naive, kind of duncy. Like we got a vibe of that in
Yeah.
the last time we were in New York, which or not the last time, but one of the times we were in New York with
No accounting for murder?
I was actually thinking of Murder by Appointment Only.
Oh,
But
close.
yes, no accounting too. But this when he was looking for the accounting job with Lila Lee. This is sort of
Right.
him thinking the best in people and to sort of being
I mean, he
wrong.
certainly has kind of a small town perspective, right, about trusting folks. And I mean, they even say in this, like, he has a really fucked up sense of loyalty sometimes. He's too loyal to a fault.
And Jessica actually calls him out on it. She's like,
Hmm.
he says, like, I know why was I so stupid? She's like, good word.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
She lets him say it too.
Um,
Right. So
so
she
I love
shows
this.
up here at Grady's
I love it that
apartment.
there's a bunch of fumigators, and the
Uh-huh.
fumigator has a Yankees cap, so we know we're in New York.
We're in New York. Hey, this ain't California, baby.
Good, good visual cue, guys.
I want to say, can I tell a little story about a New York Yankees cap? That,
Yeah.
that okay, I'm a little dumb. So my ex-boyfriend, he got me this bright pink New York Yankees cap, right? But
Mhm.
he also, not a sports person, was like, "Yeah, that just means New York, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it just means New York." And so we were at a bar one night, and someone's like, "Hey, I love your Yankees cap," and I was like, "That's not a Yankees cap." Ugh, I was wrong. To
You were
that
very
gentleman out
wrong.
there, to that gentleman
You
out there,
didn't
I'm so sorry. I'm just so sports illiterate that I really didn't know any better.
you didn't know the logo?
I mean, I had seen it everywhere, and I thought it was Yankees, but then when my ex told me, because he was a fashion person, and so he
Oh,
knew the brand, and he was like, "No, that's not Yankees." I was like, "Oh, okay." Not being a sports person, I
yeah.
didn't put up a fight, but we were both wrong.
I mean, I guess it could have been worse. It could have been a Mets uh hat, which those are a little bit more
That's a
controversial, I find.
that's a deeper cut.
Yeah. Well, it's still the NY, but it's
Yeah.
it's like the I don't know. I remember what that font is, but it's a little bit more flourishy. It's a little bit
Hmm.
more
Yeah.
Edwardian.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. I had a number of Yankees caps as a child. I was a Yankees fan by virtue of my father. I didn't really care, but I
Sure.
liked having that in common with my dad.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Um, but because we're in New York, we're visiting Grady on behalf of Jessica. Uh, and his place is getting fumigated, so she can't stay with him. We got cockroaches the size of
Cockroaches.
Cleveland up there.
La cucaracha. They weren't in his
Unpleasant.
apartment. They were in the apartment below, and once they sprayed, they all found a new home.
Unpleasant.
So unpleasant. I have to tell you, I worked in property management for a hot second, and the worst part of the job was dealing with cockroaches.
Sure. Well, they
Disgusting.
say they are formidable creatures.
Oh my God, they never go
That
away. They never go away.
so we're going to the what is it, the Montaigne Montgain
Yeah, Montaigne.
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 Because Grady has a former schoolmate who married rich and skews older. Uh,
Yeah, what do you think the age difference here is? This May December situation here.
30 years,
It's
minimum
it's
30
quite a
years.
bit, right? Because
More
Janet Leigh is
than
clearly in her 60s.
if, yeah, yeah, yeah. So Janet Leigh, fabulous actress, Janet Leigh, you know her from Psycho, you know her from um, Little Women, Touch of Evil. She's the Fog, you know her from all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
and cameos galore.
sh
She's everywhere.
1987 minus 1927, she's is 60. And I
Wow,
have to
called
say
it.
she does read ever so slightly older, but that is 80s styling for you.
I think so too. I think it's the hair and sort of the
It's the
coloring.
hair. It's the hair.
Yeah.
Also, she has aged naturally, and she is a
Yes.
thinner woman, and so we
Mhm.
are not used to necessarily seeing women looking like this nowadays. So I think
Yeah.
sometimes culturally we get a little confused.
It can read a little like based on how we were raised and what we know. It can read a little crone. You know what I mean?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. I mean, but look at her. I mean, if
I
we
mean, she's
pause, she
stunningly
has
beautiful.
very
Wow.
natural face, but
Hmm.
she is thin. She's given a lot of cheekbone.
Yeah.
Um, and we can really see a bit of the Jamie Lee Curtis in her.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I've always felt that Jamie Lee has sort of resembled her mother more than her father.
I would agree.
Um, but and partially also because Jamie Lee has also agreed on aging fairly naturally as well.
Hmm.
And no judgment. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm a Madonna fan, and she keeps making more and more decisions that are entirely her business every
Yeah.
day. So,
Yeah.
and I do note that she gets a little bit more shit than say Cher or Dolly Parton do, and they've had just as much, if not way more.
Yeah.
Um,
And they're almost celebrated for it.
they are in fact,
Yeah.
they are in fact,
Cher in particular is celebrated for her
but they
plastic
don't walk
surgery.
around in their underwear, so they don't get the same
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Um, what do we feel about this Holly Bergen, uh, Piper Laurie in Return to Oz top, flanked by this Blanche Devereaux wrap that we have Janet Leigh in right now.
I think the sort of almost turtleneck
Brooch.
silk blouse underneath that's held together by the brooch, I think that's a separate look than the outer sort of almost very 80s color coded because the underside is like this sort of rich sort of plummy wine color, but then the
Mm-hmm.
outside it almost has like a
Oh, it's a pantsuit.
fluorescence or a neon to it. I think
It's
it doesn't need the cover on top. I think it's a little much. I think it's beautiful, but
it reads boudoir actually, and I find it a little
yeah,
odd.
And I think without it, it would look more like a day look. I mean, she
I
looks
also love
chic as
this.
fuck. The whole episode, she gets the best clothes, so this is fun.
I
But
love this also like nondescript like spy look. Like we have like this woman in this fedora.
this extra
Who
here,
what's her story?
she looks like Jennifer Saunders in a fedora.
She does look a little bit, yes.
Uh,
Um, so we
anyway,
immediately see that Gary, who is, I guess, meant to be Grady's contemporary. How old is Grady, do you think?
I would guess Grady is in his late 20s to around 30. I think that's sort of how he's coded here.
I mean, if we think about it mathematically, he would have to at least be 30, I think, because if we consider how old Jessica is and when she was married to Frank,
Sure,
that they raised him as a kid, basically. Well, not, well, yeah, because his parents died.
right.
So, but then he also has to have had the education, Michael Horton. And I hate judging actors' birth ages on the
Even in
same
our
as their
last podcast,
characters.
we talked about like
Oh, we did, didn't
we
we?
don't judge age. Here we
Well,
go.
sometimes.
Yeah, I think he's probably 30, early 30s, late 20s. Because he's kind of in that career place, it seems. He's still trying to
Well,
find
it's
his
almost like
footing in like a long-term
oh,
employment gig.
he's actually 35.
Oh,
Um, but he reads a lot younger, so I
that
think
might be his disposition
Grady's
too, because he is
it
kind of
is. He's very
naive and
boyish. He's very
boyish.
boyish.
Yeah.
And
Even the way
he's
he
still
deals
not
with his old friend here is very boyish.
especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. They basically act like they're in high school.
Yeah.
And the circumstances are like, what are you doing, guys? It reads almost like Stand By Me or like like
Yeah.
they're behaving like
Well, it's funny you say that because now that we're talking about his friend Garrett here, he does seem like
yeah.
he's more mid 30s to me.
Um he is again, it's the styling
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit like he's a handsome guy, but
Yeah.
he has a little bit more weathering on his face. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I don't know if there's almost scarring. There's something like almost like acne scars that he
Maybe,
has
yeah.
aged into beautifully.
Totally.
But there is a difference. And I think also just the relationship that he has with Cornelia, aka Janet Leigh, is it
Yeah.
is sort of a mother-son kind of like it's very Barry, it's very Rita Bristol and her son.
Yeah, the way they talk to each other, even like she's
Well,
clearly a ball buster, right? She is a control
no
freak. She is in
nonsense.
charge. She's getting things done. Workaholic. They even make a comment about how she's a workaholic. But
Well,
so she is.
she
He's
talks down to him. She says,
yeah,
"Try to get the reservations correct,
quite a
just for the
bit.
challenge of it."
Well,
Like,
because he did something. He like
okay,
moved somebody into a different room, and there was somebody else who was like the sheik of blah 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 was supposed to like
they
stupid little
always do a
details.
chic. They
They
always
always
do a
want some
chic.
sort of wealthy Middle Eastern royalty
They
there,
did
right?
that in with Ann Miller in not Ann Miller with
Yeah, I
Sid
know what you're talking
Charisse
about.
in the resort episode.
Yes, yes. What is it because that's like the most enormous sort of example of wealth,
In the
probably?
1980s, probably something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just a way of saying that this hotel
Yeah.
is chic, baby. This is pricey
Chic chic.
price.
It's chic, is it? It's chic chic. Um, I've been waiting 8 years to repay the hospitality, he says.
Oh yeah, Jessica and Grady are coming to stay at this hotel that is run by Garrett and
Owned
Cord
by Cornelia.
owned by Cordelia. And then there was another character
Cornelia.
in the back, Cornelia, excuse
Yes.
me, Mark, who is her like manager.
Yes, who we know as the shifty actor from Murder by Appointment Only.
Uh-huh. So he's a New York presence, sounds like it.
He
He
is.
just
There's a
shows
few
up in New
people who,
York
if
all over the
depending
place.
on, yeah, depending on who you see, sometimes they really are
Yeah.
uh
See, and I read him
consistencies.
here as gay.
A bit fey.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
A little like, that extra efficient right hand to a powerful woman. is like often a gay man. It's very like Devil Wears
Oh,
Prada, right?
sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Like the
absolutely.
Stanley
Absolutely.
Tucci to the Meryl Streep. Yeah.
That's gay coding to the fall. Yeah. The
Hmm.
Minion, the gay Minion.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Um,
The gay minion. Title
we love a
episode.
gay Minion.
We
We
do,
do.
honestly. Give them their flowers.
Uh, well, speaking of flowers, there he is in his red carnation, which will actually become important for the future of this episode. So
Oh
we're seeing
yeah.
it early. We're seeing
Oh
it
yeah.
early. And Cornelia lavishes attention on Jessica and says, I don't have time to read your books or anyone else's, but I'm delighted you're staying with us.
Thank you for being
Uh,
famous and for being here, basically.
basically,
Yeah.
basically. Um, and she introduces Mark Havlin, aka our right hand. Oh,
Hotel
what is our
manager.
gay
Yeah.
minion? Our gay
Our gay
minion.
minion? The gay minion.
Robert Desiderio,
That's
Desiderio,
Desiderio.
Desiderio.
Desiderio, yeah. Who
Who I think
knows?
he doesn't he in Murder by Appointment Only, he says that he has Latin blood from three different countries to indicate how he's no, you don't, honey. You're Italian. Like that's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. I got that nice olive Mediterranean skin. That's all we need, baby.
Indeed. But he is also just a quick note, he's married to Judith Light. So he is in fact
Oh, God, I love
he
her.
is he's married to a legendary broad himself. So
Gay icon.
oh, who do we see here?
This is Sandra. Old Sandy
Sandra.
Clemens. This is another one of Grady's old schoolmates who was on the cheerleading squad, third from the left.
And she's a familiar face because she was the songwriter in that college
Yeah.
uprising episode.
Uh-huh. Murder in the Minor Key.
So yes, here she has a lot more to play with. She's a little bit meatier. She's a little bit more exciting. She's a little bit more interesting. She's a little bit more vivacious for one thing.
Yeah.
Look at how way she's styled. I
She
do
her
enjoy
her
this
looks
jacket.
are stunning. She's very engaging. You can tell that there's something going on beneath the surface,
There's
right?
another kind of girlish young quality about her as well. Like this is
Hmm.
so high school. And maybe that's also because by this point we were so used to seeing people in their 30s playing
Yeah.
17, 18.
Yeah. Well, we can also
But
chalk it up to, when you reunite with people from your past when you were a certain age, you kind of return to that age a
you
little bit.
do. You
Yeah.
return to how you knew them a
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
And of course,
Yeah.
Grady is crushing out on her. He is so into her, and she is playing him like a fiddle.
Yeah, we don't know why. Like we're not quite sure what her
No.
game is, but there's a really great moment coming up where we just get that taste of it where she goes sort of like smirk to
Mm.
smirk
Yeah.
with Charlotte Ray, who we haven't met yet, but it sort of indicates that she's not to be oh, here we go. She's not to be trusted. The mask falls and she's cranky with
Pretty
Gary.
quickly, we just met her, and we see that she is duplicitous.
And I guess we're meant to imply that she and Gary are having a thing because he's sort of like, you have to play ball, Sandy, because if Cornelia finds out about us, the party's over.
Right. And Grady, whatever.
Grady's sort of the distraction to sort of, I think we're meant to think, oh, I'm having an affair with you. Play
Grady is a
along with
pawn.
Grady
Yeah.
so that uh
Poor Grady
Cornelia
is
doesn't
often
catch
a
on
pawn, isn't he? Do you
very
remember when he went
frequently.
to the Peabody Mansion? He was just a pawn for that model.
Uh-huh.
He used him,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Until he finds Donna, who's basically just as ditzy as he is. And even after that, when we have
True.
the the JB goes to jail episode,
Yeah.
he's also completely
They are a match
goofy.
in heaven, honestly.
Um, so he meets Donna with flowers to go on this like
Yeah.
little double date essentially.
And look at
And
this fuchsia blouse she's
I'm
wearing.
sorry.
Silk.
And this material girl, gentlemen prefer blondes, bow, but in the front.
It's peculiar.
It's
I
it's what
think
you
she looks
wear
good
when you're
though.
hiding a pregnancy
Yeah.
in a TV show.
Yeah.
That's so weird. She's
Maybe
also,
she was 4 months in. I don't know.
I don't
She looks
well,
great. Are you kidding? Even her
I
80s
mean,
hair is still, it's more relaxed than a typical 80s style, right? She looks nice.
she looks 50. She does not look youthful and 27. She looks like Anne Francis.
Oh
This
God,
is
now that
this
you said
is
it, oh no, you're right. She does look old. I can't unsee it now. Oh, she
it's
looks
just
like Anne Francis.
she
Wow.
it's just not. Oh, they
I
have
was
that famous
taken by
painting in the back.
this. Oh, it's there again. This is
Where
the
did
one
we
that
see
was in
that
France.
before?
We saw it in France. We saw it in Fashionable Way to Die, right?
Yes, you are
Wasn't it
right.
hanging in the hotel?
Uh yes. The painting with the woman with the long necks.
Yeah, yeah.
Mod Modigliani.
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 Modigliani. Yeah, along
È
you know these
vero.
paintings, people.
Yeah, we've
If
seen
you've
it.
seen them once, you've seen them a million times. And wasn't it also the scary painting in it?
Yes, it
Then
was
yeah,
that painting was based on the Modigliani.
yeah, with the almost. I
It's
don't
like
know if they're meant to
elongated,
be.
vacant eye.
Yes,
Yeah,
sallow
yeah.
and sort of
Forlorn, a lot of mood. It's very moody. They're very moody.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's so
vaguely
funny that's in this hotel.
it is. I
Well,
mean, I guess that when you're set building, you gotta you gotta use what's in stock, right? And they're like,
So-
this is fancy.
well, and this hotel, I have questions about it. It is opulent as fuck. These rooms are decked out, right? Like they have a
Yeah.
marble fireplace with a mantle with like knickknacks on it, and there's a full drink cart in the middle of the room. What hotel has rooms like these? Honestly,
Ones where they don't expect you to steal. And
there's
if
like
you
fine
did,
art on
yeah.
pedestals by the
Look at
window.
this glassware. My
Yeah,
God.
this service is out of control. And just in the middle of the room, not even the
And I
bedroom,
look
just some, this is like an
and
entryway for God's sakes.
he immediately puts the
Flowers in a
flowers in a
pitcher.
pitcher, which would not be which she then indicates that she mixed some martinis, which is how she says it. Martinis. Um,
Martini.
there's a lot going on, folks. We're pausing a lot because there's a lot going on, and we get
There
a
is a
lot of
lot.
information really quick that actually
Yeah,
is important later. But
we got to soak it up. Well,
um,
because this episode has a lot of sort of hard to figure out relationships between these people. There's a lot of subtext that they're playing that we don't really know yet, so we have to kind of pay attention to see who's side-eyeing who. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
What are people,
Who's
how are people
zooming
reacting
who?
who are not part of the conversation but are paying attention? Yeah. So
Who's
they got
zooming
some
who?
dirt.
Who's zooming who? Um, yeah. Also, this plant work, like by the phone, this ivy plant that's just hanging out. It's what do you call it? It's not it's maximalism. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and just the phone being on this sort of large table for it. Murder, She Wrote
uh
loves to put a phone in the middle of the room on a table by itself. And it is my biggest pet peeve about the set decoration on this show.
well, I know that we're seeing if I don't actually know if this is meant to be the middle of the room, but it probably is because they're doing this like a play, right? Where there's an
Yeah.
open wall.
Yeah, this
I
is
don't
proscenium
know.
style.
It's forced perspective in a weird way. Like
Hmm.
it's an odd situation because it's almost like, well, that's where the wall is. We're just seeing through the wall. But I'm like,
Yeah.
but there are chairs facing the wall then, and that doesn't make any
No. So
that
maybe the
doesn't
room
make
is
any.
much larger than we think it is. I don't know. Anyway, this is all to say this hotel does not make a lot of sense to me. It does not feel like a real hotel. It feels like an apartment building.
Or a set, frankly. Like it doesn't even I don't even if
Well,
it
don't
reads
give it
livable.
away.
Well,
I know what you mean. Yeah, it does. It looks like a
uh,
play.
I'm I'm curious actually. So, I love to see where where they filmed. So this was filmed at the Biltmore,
Okay.
which is in Los Angeles. Um,
Was it all
so
filmed
in
there?
addition, Well, I have a feeling like the lobby stuff was filmed there, and then
Yeah.
the rest of it was filmed in like stage nine.
Sound stages. Yeah.
But the Crystal Ballroom, so when we get to dinner, that was filmed in the Crystal Ballroom of the
Mm,
Biltmore.
okay.
Um, and yeah, the lobby stuff. So this hotel room was probably Universal Studios.
Yeah, I think so. Where they have their props and
Um,
that painting on backstock.
exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're curious about what the Biltmore looks like, it is in fact the same hotel that Pretty Woman takes place in,
Oh yeah.
which where they go. It also is where, oh gosh, Christine Baranski and Selma Blair live in Cruel Intentions, if I remember
Oh
correctly.
no shit.
And you can see it in anything. Oh God, you can see it in anything from like Oppenheimer to Independence Day. So yeah, it is a common filming location.
Popular
And
spot,
because
yeah.
of the styling of it, I have a feeling it's one of the reasons that it's used so often, even by contemporary films, to play older, because it looks sort of
You
stuck in
can
time.
dress it however you want to. Yeah.
Yeah. There's this moment right here I just want to play it just because of the way she says it. But she gets a phone call, and Grady sort of has to like busy himself waiting for her to get off this phone call. And this phone call, I really appreciate this because it seems so important when they're trying to solve stuff
Hmm.
later. And like, well, there's a phone call and she wrote things down. We have to find out what she wrote down. And I love the payoff of what it is because I think that
Yeah.
like, yes, I do
It's
appreciate that.
it still satisfies, right? It still becomes a clue. A necessary clue, but not in the way we think it does.
Right. And
Yeah.
also it's like people get phone calls.
Yeah. People got to deal with their bills.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. Grady,
What?
I hope those flowers like vermouth. I just made us some martinis.
I just made us some martinis.
Martinis. Okay, we're in the
She
ballroom. We're in the
real
dining room.
and Cornelia
Oh my
is dressed up
God.
in this frilly, lacy,
Oh,
wicked witch garb.
I was gonna say this is David Bowie Labyrinth meets Wicked Witch of the West. It is so
It's
weird.
it's extravagant.
It is too much. It is too much.
Actually, you know what? There's a lot of fashion going on here.
Oh
What
yeah,
is
we gotta talk
Jessica
about it.
wearing?
It's like this. You know what it
It's
looks like?
beaded,
It's
right?
beaded. It's
Is that
beaded
beaded?
and is it or is it stoned? Is it sequined? It's hard to tell. I think if it were
It's hard to
beaded, it'd
tell
be
because
too
it's
heavy.
it's a ribbed fabric.
Yeah. I
Uh
think it's sequined. I think they're just small sequins. But like the pattern on it, it looks like frankly, if you were to look at bird's eye view at the top of a sombrero, that's kind of what the
oh
shapes look
sure,
like
sure.
in like
Like
gold
a sea of summer or like seeing like a bunch of like wicker baskets or
yeah.
like woven
Yeah.
baskets
Yeah, you see
that
that
you're
sort of
staring down
concentric
on.
circles looking. It's a little what do they call that? Moire or something when you can't quite
Yes, when it
when it kind
doesn't
of
quite
like
work on
fucks with
film.
your eyes. Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
much. It's beautiful. I like the color on her.
And then we have this blue and black check sequin blouse. Now that sequin, that is
Yeah,
that
that's
is
that
that
is
is
most definitely sequin.
Liza Minnelli sequin
I
um
hate it.
with Charlotte Rae here.
I hate it.
You know, it's a lot. Not all of us have the fashion of Alva Crane. I'm just saying that not all of us can pull it off.
Where's my Ronald
Um,
McDonald? Come on,
I
bring her back.
know.
You know
I
what I don't
loved
like
her.
about it? It's the black and blue check under
Hmm.
sequins. It feels so high-low that it's too disparate for me. If it was just blue or just black, I think I would think it was lovely.
Okay, I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that. There's a lot of like shapeless, lumpy. Like, look at this woman who's walking behind in this sequin.
Yeah.
We'll call it a blouse. It's ill-fitting.
Oh, it's
Like all,
bad.
even the extras are not dressed. I mean, it wasn't. This was the era, wasn't it, of sort
Yeah.
of looking bulkier and larger than. I mean, you
Yeah.
were either super snatched or you looked like you were wearing a toga.
But you have a point. That extra in the background is particularly ill-fitted. It does
It's
not look good on
egregious.
her.
It's egregious. And all
If
of
I
the
were the
men are wearing
extra,
the same
I
color suit
know.
jacket.
Uh-huh. Except Grady showing up in his concrete gray. Look at this shot.
Look at
This
that.
shot right here. So
Exquisite. I'm
Sandra and
taking a
Grady,
photo of it
we have
for the
to.
pod.
Sandra and Grady show up to this table with Garrett, Jessica, and is it Garrett's mom? Garrett's mother?
Yes.
Right. Who's like
Charlotte
living in the
Rae,
hotel.
who the reason you can remember that is because she played Mrs. Garrett
Yeah.
on
Ah, got it.
Different Strokes and on um Facts of Life.
Facts of life, right. But they show up at the
She is
table.
Nettie Harper. Nettie. Nettie.
Nettie. I mean, she kind of reads Nettie, let's be honest.
It does. What
Yeah.
is Nettie short for? Henrietta?
Uh,
Annette?
maybe. I was thinking Amelia. I don't know. Let's find out. These are very important questions.
These
Annette,
are
Antoinette, Jeanette,
Antoinette.
Henrietta, or
Another
Nanette?
Antoinette, then possibly, because they've used
Yeah.
Antoinette before. Um,
Nettie. Interesting.
Nettie.
Okay. But anyway,
Hmm.
they show up to the table. And Janet Leigh does this over-the-shoulder turn with her
It's
strange
so
Wicked Witch of the
good.
West collar, obscuring half her face, and her eyes are lasered in on these folks. She looks like she is the Grand High Witch, and she's gonna blow these people up right now.
It's spectacular.
It's
Also,
such a
because it's
good
a
shot.
collar that goes up. Like a punch bowl.
That's what
Like
I'm
it's
saying. It's like David
so
Bowie Labyrinth, right?
yeah. Yeah. Oh, the cape, yeah, his cape. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very, yeah. And we did forget to mention actually that Janet Leigh and Angela Lansbury have a connection. They were both in the Manchurian Candidate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's right.
Completely forgot. Completely forgot. Um, so she sees Sandra and is immediately frightened,
Oh yeah, she's
flustered,
pissed,
flummoxed.
mad.
Also, this woman in the back here, right? Audience at home, I'm sorry. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but when Nettie is saying hello to Sandra and Grady, there's this woman in this fabulous chapeau who it looks like she's about to enter the Orient Express. It's
As the
spectacular.
engineer,
Oh, it's so
right?
good though. It's
You're
so
gonna
good.
drive that train
She reminds me of the Countess in that. She exchanges some barbs with Sandra.
immediately. There's tension immediately. This is what I'm talking about. These relationships are like hard to figure out at first. Why are these people so cantankerous with each other?
Let's get a little bit of
Yeah.
taste.
Grady.
Oh, Grady, dear. Lean in here and give an old lady a kiss. Mm. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, young fella, because that's about as good as it's going to get for you tonight.
Another fun-filled dinner, eh, Nettie?
Speak for yourself, Sandra.
Cool it, mother.
May I?
Everyone hates each other.
Everyone hates each other. Let's invite our new friends to have dinner with us.
And of course, Jessica picks up on it immediately,
Oh yeah.
but
This is the kind of thing that drives me nuts about this show too, is that people behave so badly in front of strangers so willingly all the time.
it's not entirely unheard of.
I mean,
They
I know
ever
it's not
been
unheard
around?
of, but it happens so often on the show where people are happy to throw insults, be nasty, be downright mean to someone in the
Yes.
presence of a new
Yes.
friend they've just met. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't feel like this is how people behave in life, or maybe the people I surround myself with don't, but maybe people do.
Well, we're at this point too where I think we're wondering who's the victim because we know
Hmm.
someone's going to die. And frankly, in another episode, it would have been Nettie
It would be
because
Charlotte Wright.
Nettie's the bitchy mom. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Or
too loud, she's
Cornelia.
saying too much, she's ruffling feathers, right? Yeah.
Or Cornelia, because again, this show loves to, as I've said many a time, bring in the younger man, older woman dynamic and tell the
Hmm.
audience how it's bad news every single time. It almost never ends well.
Yeah. And frankly, I'm not even sure how it ends here.
No, but I appreciate the choices that it makes
Hmm.
because it's a little up in the air.
Yeah.
And it's also they kind of deserve each other because they're both kind of
Kind of.
assholes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Let
Um,
him.
there's here we go. Let's get
By the way,
this
is that a
final
bowl of caviar on ice at the table next door?
or
What is
prunes.
that?
I don't know. It's disgusting.
It's
I don't
disgusting.
want to.
We digress.
Oh, what an excellent wine list. Gary, I insist. Tonight, the wine is going to be on me.
Forget the wine list, Jessie. You're missing the big picture. Look at her. Look at her. Her eyes haven't left this table since Grady arrived with Mrs. Boomba. She's talking about her, too. Mark my words, Jessie. There's going to be fireworks tonight. And I love it.
She
Emmy,
eats it up. Eats it up.
Emmy. Because
I
she
guess that answers my
knows.
question. I guess some people like to sit by and watch things go down.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. Well, it's another interesting one. So Charlotte Ray, who is Cornelia's contemporary, let's be real, they were born within a year of each other.
Oh yeah.
Her son is married to a woman her age,
Hmm.
and she does not like Cornelia, or doesn't
No.
seem to. And yet, and yet, makes choices when we get there to sort of indicate that she would like her son to stay married to her for the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Grady indicates that he went to school with this guy and that he didn't have, two nickels to rub. And now he's living the high life. That means Nettie is now living the high life.
Yeah.
Nettie is new money down,
Lucky her, right?
right? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And at 60, again, just sort of coming into
Good
your own,
timing, right?
let's do it. You
Being a
got a
kept
good 30
mom. Yeah.
years.
Totally.
Um, where your vices are, tacky blouses and expensive dinners. Why not?
And fireworks. Don't forget the fireworks.
Alex tonight, Jesse, and I
Yeah.
love it. I'm
After dinner, we
I
did
love
have a
it.
scene with Garrett and Cornelia,
Cornelia, yeah,
and
cranky about
she was
Sandra.
mad. So we know that there's something about Sandra that Cornelia does not like. Why is she there? And of course, what we're insinuating here is that she and Garrett are having an affair,
Right,
right?
his
And that's why
former.
she stayed at the hotel like 9 times in the last few years or something, which is a lot.
Right,
That's a lot of times to stay in one hotel if you and she was a computer processor or something, right? Before that.
something like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Which is such a generic job title.
I know. Well, she was
Computer
also
processor.
hilariously. He says, "Oh, we should be happy that she comes here as often as she does," and we then find out that actually she doesn't pay to stay there. So
Yeah.
why would they be grateful?
Yeah.
Uh, but that's why Cornelia thinks is because why wouldn't they be having an affair? She's his age. She's insecure about the age that she is.
Hmm.
Um, there's this scene in The Evening Star, which is the sequel to Terms of Endearment,
Oh,
which
of
I think of a
course.
lot with Shirley MacLaine and Bill Paxton, and they're in bed together. And she says, "Doesn't it bother you that I'm older?" And Bill Paxton says, "You don't seem older." And she says, "But I am older." And that comes with all the insecurities that come with that. And I appreciate that line, and I think of it a lot in my head because I don't think I'm not involved with a younger man, but I can think of myself saying like, well, I am this, and that comes with all the insecurities. So,
Yeah.
um, and so Janet Leigh's Cornelia is convinced that he must be having an affair because she stays at this hotel a lot. They knew each other,
Right.
and because their older younger dynamic is doomed, because that's what her character seems to think, it only stands to reason. Meanwhile, that's not what's going on at all.
No.
And even if it was, it doesn't matter. You know why?
Oh, Sandra's dead.
Sandra's dead. So,
She's our
and the
victim.
and the girls are sitting when she's lying there on the floor. Look at that. It's just when
Okay.
when
Oh
when we
yeah.
get the side
Cleavage.
view of her, she is
Yeah.
pushed up
She
right
is
there.
busty. Wow.
Boom.
Yes. Looks
Um,
great. Looks
yeah,
great.
she's done. She's
She's dead.
dead
Well,
now.
so Grady and Jessica were in their room, and Grady was like, basically, Jessica was like, go out and play, Grady. Go out and play. And he's like, yay,
Yeah,
thanks. And so he goes up to Sandra's room and he walks in. Is the door ajar? I think it was, right?
it is. The door was ajar, but this is a suite, so there's an interior door to
Hmm.
her bedroom area, and that's where he finds her. So when we had the drink with the martinis, that was in the sitting area of the
Yeah.
suite, and he is going into the bedroom, and
Hmm.
he finds her body next to the bed on the floor.
Yes. And he immediately checks her pulse. Nothing there.
The bedding is rumpled.
No, only the
There
pillow.
is right, sorry, just the
Only the
pillow is
pillow is
rumpled,
rumpled. And there's
indicating
blood on
perhaps
the
a
dresser
suffocation.
next to her head, so it looks like she hit her head on the dresser. I mean, in if
Uh,
it were just the hit on the head,
yeah, good call, good call.
it could look like she just fell,
Well, that's what
right?
they
Like
sort of indicate, don't they?
that's what they
The
sort of run with a little bit here. This is an
a
accident.
fainting spell,
Yeah.
the hotel detective says. And
Hmm.
he goes to call the police or the hotel or whoever, and he sees in this big mirror Gary
Good old
running
Garrett.
out the door.
So he was in the space. He would have been in the that entry room, right? That's where you're seeing him run out, I
We're
think.
either meant to believe that he was in that little sitting area,
Uh-huh.
hidden away,
Hmm.
or that he followed Grady in after,
Right.
in through the open doors.
One of the
And that
two.
because he looks like he's just seeing the body for the first time in that mirror shot.
It does. It does.
But the immediate suspicion is, oh, he may have killed
I mean,
uh,
it
Sandra.
looks sketch, right? Because Grady is there,
Murder, She
finds a
Wrote would
body.
never give us that information
Oh
that early,
no.
though.
No, 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 no. It would be too easy. It would be no fun.
Which which means that since Grady's the one who found the body, we're gonna have to then prove to the police that Grady didn't do it. And now that we have suspect number two in the form of Garrett,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to prove that he didn't do it too.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's gonna be difficult because we have two entirely useless
Oh my
police
God.
presences.
Oh my God. The hotel security. This is Macon McCalman playing hotel detective Fritz Rice. Ugh.
A
He says to Grady and Jessica,
Yeah,
you should have told me first instead of calling the police when you found this body.
yes,
The fuck?
yes, yeah, yeah.
They're trying to minimize scandal.
He is a very recognizable um character actor, this
Yeah.
this hotel detective. And he doesn't, I think part of it is also just because he is a little intimidated and doesn't want to bother the chief of police who are about
Yeah.
to meet,
And we get
or our
why.
inspector. We
Because he's kind
do,
of
because
useless
it's
anyway.
and he's Blanche's brother.
Gay Clayton! Gay Clayton!
um we get a little back and forth between Garrett and Grady, Gary and Grady. Terrible, terrible combination of names.
But
Um,
intentional.
and he's like, "Oh, I saw you and I ran away, but you can't tell the police that I was here. They'll think I did it." And Grady's like, "They think I did it. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. He's basically like, Grady, don't tell. Do me this solid
Yeah,
because it'll bring scandal and attention to well, because I think
I'm
he
hanging on
kind
a
of
thread here.
yeah. Yeah. And this is that kind of
Um,
weird ass loyalty. I mean, Victor, immediately when I was watching this episode for today and that scene happened, I wanted to strangle fucking Grady. I was like,
oh
you
yeah,
dummy dumb 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 dumb. You of all people who have been through all of these murderous circumstances know better. What the hell is
uh-huh,
wrong with you, man? What the hell is wrong
uh-huh.
with you?
So much. Where do you have time? Like there's so much wrong. Like
Let's make a bonus episode about it.
I wonder if this is meant to sort of give Grady. Also, notice how tight Jessica's skirt is when she
I
shimmies in
know.
this room.
Body.
Um, because she's explaining to our inspector here, Clayton, aka Matheny,
What is his
Inspector
name?
Matheny,
Inspector Matheny, yeah. Which is a name I've
Matheny.
never heard of before or
Nor have
since.
I.
Yeah.
Um, and the hotel clerk is sort of like, maybe she had to lie down, maybe a fainting spell.
Meanwhile,
Why
there's
is the rest of the bed
makeup.
unrumpled? Yeah,
The bed is unrumpled, but the
clearly.
pillow is covered in her makeup. Covered in her makeup. Oh, well, maybe
Oh,
she laid down for rest. No woman with that much makeup on her face would lay down on a pillow and let that happen.
face down.
Face fucking down.
No,
I don't think
no
so.
one, generally speaking, lies face down into a pillow
No.
if they're having a shortness of breath
The whole
moment.
thing called breathing. But we quickly
Ah,
learned that Inspector Matheny, whatever. Gay Clayton. I'm gonna call him Gay Clayton.
Gay Clayton.
We
Clayton.
we learned that Inspector Gay Clayton is much more concerned with hobnobbing, going to the arts, the
The
theater,
ballet
and
he
his
came
social
from.
life. Yeah, he literally says, "Oh, if we can wrap this up, I can be back in time for the end of the show." Real
Right.
astute, real stand-up guy. And that's why our hotel inspector detective doesn't really care to reach out to him because he's essentially useless.
Right. Right.
It's interesting though, even though he is that character, he's not a loud version of that character here, right? Like later on in the
No.
episode, he does say like, all right, let's look at these things. I'll release Grady, whatever, right? Because we know Grady didn't do
No.
it.
He's not flamboyant.
No,
Yeah.
he just sort of is a man of taste and likes what he likes, and work comes second,
Yeah. Which is so
frankly.
funny because it's like you're an inspector in New York. You're busy.
You
Like
got
I'm
things
sorry.
to
Like
do.
in pre-Giuliani, you're busy. Like
He would have
Times
been a
Square
public,
alone.
right. He would have been one of those New York public figures who like went to the Met Ball. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
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 When there were other
Yeah.
things to do.
He's a celebrity in his own mind. He would have posed with the football team
Hmm.
for that picture, not paying attention. Um, Jessica appeals to our Mr. Rice, who we know as our ba, not Mr. Rice, Mr.
Mr.
Havlin.
Havlin, yeah, Mark.
And who is she referring to as Mr. Rice? Oh, it's Mr.
Mr.
Rice.
Rice
Mr.
is the
Rice
hotel
is the
detective.
hotel detective.
Yeah.
Um, to indicate basically I'm getting nowhere with the hotel detective or the inspector. Help me out
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You're Cornelia's right hand, and he has been sleeping. He says with the phone off the hook.
For 3 hours
Although they
because he
for
never
three
gets any
hours, and
rest.
they linger both in Sandra's room and in his. Red carnation and like chocolate covered strawberries. Or no, not
Yeah,
chocolate,
two little
like
chocolates,
truffles.
bonbons, things like that. Yeah.
Uh,
And it's like a housekeeping tray. They come in with a fresh carnation and these two little chocolates every night for the turn down service. So he says he swiftly removes his old carnation from his lapel and puts in the new fresh one because, appearances here. I'm running a
Appearances, little
hotel,
boutonniere
baby.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this weird
So,
moment where Garrett is like, whatever happens to you, Grady, I got your back.
and then
Even though
immediately
he's asking
leaves.
him to lie for him.
Yeah.
Garrett is a really greasy guy. Garrett is a greasy guy.
Everyone here is the worst.
Yeah.
This is another episode where everyone here is the worst.
Hmm.
Um, but because Grady is now suspect number one because he thinks he and Sandra were canoodling.
Yeah.
And anyway. Oh, and he mentions to Jessica that she got this phone call when he met her for this date. And the question is, oh, where does that note now?
It
Where
could have
did
been the
her
killer.
envelope yeah, it could be anything.
That phone number could have been a clue to who murdered her.
Because she seemed a little on edge when
Yeah,
she took it. She's like, no, I can't do it then. All right,
right.
hang on, let me get a pencil.
Yeah. And she grabbed an envelope because she couldn't find any paper. She grabbed an envelope from her purse and wrote a phone number on it.
You're telling me this hotel with that much knickknack and glassware didn't have stationery at the ready? Unbelievable.
They want people to get drunk, not write sonnets.
Not right. Not right. Not right. Sonnets. Well, Jessica's immediately deconstructing
Yeah.
Sandra's finances to indicate how could she stay here so many times? And Grady's like, I don't know, Garrett probably paid for it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Why would Garrett pay for it? She's
This
on
is
the
what she does
case.
best, right? And literally, she has nobody to work with here except Grady, who is in this episode, frankly, utterly useless.
And a suspect. So
Yeah.
he's not really here to clear himself. She has to do it because she's sort of bouncing around. So she has Havlin to help for a second. She has
Hmm.
Nettie to help for a second. So, like she's
Right.
still getting all of these things sort of by herself.
Right.
And she has to go to the inspector directly to even get him involved.
Yeah. But even
Uh,
when she goes to him, she's still kind of Watsonless. Like, he
oh,
doesn't do
sure.
that much for her.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I mean,
She,
the most he really does is let Grady out of jail later. And that's kind of it,
yes. Well, that's because we need that authority.
right? Is this where he says like you really have a writer's mind and she's like thank you. He's like I didn't mean it as a compliment. She's like I know what you meant.
Something like, yeah, it's another one
Yeah.
of those. There's a lot of these variances on the expression. This isn't like one of your books, Jessica.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those.
Your writer's imagination.
There's this funny moment of like, oh, technology's been helpful, and this is how technology is helpful. Let's just get a little moment from Havlin.
Yes, she's been with us 9 times since then. Amazing what they must be paying computer operators these days.
Yes, amazing.
She always paid her bill by credit card, and there's never been a problem. The tantalizing question, of course, is who's been paying the credit card bill?
Mm.
So they're using records that they have access to. They can go into
Yeah.
her bank accounts. They can do all of these things. I don't know why they can go into her bank accounts, but apparently they can. Uh,
No, they don't go into her bank account. That's her hotel bill, right? Like she's been there 9 times. She always paid with a credit card, never any problems. They're just speculating who's paying for the credit card if she has like this kind of job, right? Later, they find her checkbook
checkbook.
and
That's how
they
they find it.
see
Okay.
the deposits that she's made because she's keeping an accurate log line, which none of us do.
Not anymore. That used
No,
to be a thing.
no. It used to be a pretty necessary thing to make sure
Yeah.
you were on
Balancing
track,
your
right?
checkbook. That
Yeah.
was the yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess we're
It
getting a
was
little bit
hell.
ahead of itself, but it was hell. It was hell. Do you remember in Golden
Yeah,
Girls she used to like, I was only off by a few pennies. I'm like, pennies?
yeah, I know. I know.
Pennies? How do you get off by a few pennies?
You don't. You actually, there should only be whole numbers that you're confusing, but that's all right.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
We're in Nettie's room for another moment with
look at her
Charlotte
face.
Rae. I know she's fantastic.
Ah!
Ah. Which has like this vaguely Pan-Asian, back in the day they'd call this Oriental kind of look to it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a lot.
Like weird Buddha
Like there's
busts,
literally a bonsai tree.
ele
Like it's
bonsai
just
tree, this very Chinese inspired chests on the wall, scroll paintings. Oh,
so
if
we're
that's
on
not a
the
dragon
yeah.
fish
Oh yeah, look
motif
at these
background, right? Oh, cranes. Yeah,
cranes.
yeah, yeah. It's a screen. It's literally a screen. Yep. What is this hotel?
It's
Do they have
a
themed
series
floors?
of
My
they
God.
might. They might actually. I
Yeah.
could see that being that like one of the major areas here, one of the major spots here in Riverside is this place called the Mission Inn, and it is Tuscan in some places and
Mm,
Japanese in some places and colonial Spanish in some places. Like it's all different kinds of
Yeah,
things because
yeah,
that's wealth. That's plundering.
true. To me, it seems like a Disney hotel.
It does read a little
Floor
Epcot.
three, going to Asia.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
She's in Charlotte's Nettie's room. And Nettie is sitting here eating these chocolates. I just love these hotel chocolates. I steal them all the time. What?
I know.
It's so weird. And she's like, "Here, I'm gonna give you a box of these stolen chocolates." It's so random. It's so random.
Well, I guess the implication is that you can buy chocolates probably like in the hotel gift shop, but
Hmm.
that the maids or the service people that's where they get their chocolates to put in the rooms.
Hmm.
And she's getting like she took like the inventory of the
She's got her own key to the chocolate closet.
I mean, if you're the mother-in-law of the husband of the hotel owner, you know what? Get your
Yeah.
damn chocolate. Get your
You can
chocolate.
probably get your chocolate wherever you want it, baby.
Um,
Brazil nut and brandy. Mmm.
Brandy. And Jessica, of course, can't possibly because
No.
she's watching her figure.
She's allergic to Brazil nuts. Yeah.
Aren't we? All right, let's have a little bit of this because they're delightful together.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you just love these hotel chocolates? Of course, I have to steal them like everybody else. Here, think about it.
Oh, really? Actually, Nettie, this is a condolence call. I'm quite sure that you were hit very hard by Sandra's death.
Not a bit. Not a bit. Gary and I barely knew the girl. Well, hardly ever saw her since the kids went to Purdue.
Oh, how odd. I thought that she had stayed here at the Montaigne on a fairly regular basis.
Really? Oh, Gary must have forgotten to mention it. But you know who I feel sorry for? Grady. That poor boy. A fool could see how he felt about Sandra. And then to find himself mixed up in her death.
He found the body, that's all.
Oh, but of course. Did I sound like I implied otherwise? How terrible of me. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm sure he's going to get off. I don't think they have a lick of real proof that he was involved in any way. Oh, try one of those dark ones on the end. Brazil nuts and brandy.
Brandy.
Yes, the wickedest of witches.
I
Did I
know.
sound like I implied otherwise? How
Oh,
terrible of
I'm so,
me.
so, no, 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 no,
Oh
no.
my God. Just eating it up. Just eating it up. I live, I live, I live.
Literally eating
Ah,
the chocolates, eating the scene, eating the dialogue. She eats.
so good. It's so
No
good.
crumbs.
You know exactly who this woman is, and I
Oh yeah.
live for it. I live for it.
She
Um,
seemed like someone who maybe one time had integrity and morals, but then came into money and just like, fuck it.
oh
Let's
yeah.
live the
Oh
way I
yeah.
want. Right?
Let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, because she is sort of puppet mastering Gary herself.
Hmm.
Um, there's something to be said about people who marry their parents or people who marry partners that resemble their parents. And Gary is married a woman who gives a lot of motherly attributes. And meeting his mother, yeah, you kind of see it.
Well,
That's
yeah,
his,
yeah.
you kind of see it.
This is some Freudian nonsense happening here with Gary.
Yes,
Yeah.
straight up
Oh
Freudian
yeah.
nonsense with a view. Like this on the
And he's
third
good
floor.
looking, so he's got a good view. Yeah.
He is handsome, I will
He
say.
is, yeah. He's very
He
good looking. I mean, I prefer looking at him to Grady. So,
yeah, I mean Michael Horton has a cutesy sort of
yeah,
he
sure.
does there are times actually where Michael Horton is does it for me. This is not one of those moments.
I would love to see Michael
Um
Horton with like some scruff, like a good 3 days of scruff on his cheeks.
oh, all
I think he'd
right.
look
After a dirty
quite
weekend.
dapper. You know. So Garrett just asked Grady to go
Are
to
we still
fucking Sandra's
alive?
room, go to her bathroom. This is a cordon off hotel room, right? A police site. Find a bracelet that he had given her in her bath bathrobe pocket or something. And
Yeah.
Grady's like, okay, okay.
I guess I have to do that
Fuck this
for
fucking
some
idiot.
reason. It's so I don't know if this is meant to be like character development
Ugh.
for him. And he also has not told Jessica yet that Gary was in the room.
I know he's keeping all of this as a secret.
And it said, oh, and of course, the bracelet, it says to Sandra, love G. You know
Yeah.
what his name starts with?
Oh,
G.
gee. Yeah.
And who finds him? The hotel detective.
Detective Rice. He's right there.
Screwed.
Almost waiting for it. There was
Screwed.
literally on the door a piece of paper that Grady had to cut through to open it. How
I
does he
know.
think he's not going to be found out or seen doing this?
I don't know. It's all,
Ugh.
he's
Now he's
just,
in jail. Now he's in jail.
oh. Well, Cornelia and Jessica are now chatting a little bit, and Jessica's basically saying, all right, Cornelia, let's level. You know Gary is involved in some capacity.
Yeah.
He was in there because he has a what he says she says a misplaced sense of loyalty,
Grady has a misplaced sense of loyalty.
at least.
Yeah.
And she's putting doubt into Cornelia's mind about why he would be doing that for
Yeah.
Gary. And Cornelia is further, I think, believed that Gary and Sandra had a relationship
Right.
because Cornelia says, I've been investigating Sandra for weeks.
Right. Via Mark, right?
Yes,
Mark has been
Mr.
doing the dirty
Havlin.
work.
Yeah.
Mark with
Well,
the red
he's
carnation.
the one who knows the technology and all that stuff.
Right. True.
And that bracelet seems to have confirmed it, although we don't know when even Gary says that bracelet's from like a decade ago. Like that's not like a new token of love.
Well, I think they make a point like it's not very expensive. It's just like a little trinket.
Sure.
So
Well, that's right.
it would have been
It would have
from
been.
before he was in money.
Right. Right.
Oh, look at this woman in the white. Oh my God, extra at the
That's the
party.
woman with the same hat.
It
She was
is,
in the
right?
lobby or she was in that restaurant. They just moved her to a different
They just,
location.
it's the same hat.
It's the same hat.
Oh my
It's the
gosh.
same woman. That's hilarious.
We're at this like museum gala art party show with Inspector Matheny, Gay Clayton.
Yeah. And all of these fabulously chapeaued folks.
Hmm.
Um, it's a little staid actually. This woman in the white and the woman in the gray, they're a little bit more dressed up than some of the others.
Yeah.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this woman in the red that we sweep by is a familiar
Oh,
actress.
she looks.
She's
Oh, she's been in the Golden Girls a bunch.
yes, I believe that's her. That's the woman
Yes, that
from
is her.
the Seinfeld diner. Uh
Uh,
Either manager or something. But I believe she is that actress. She's in a billion things. Character
when you can
actress.
clock an extra, man,
Yeah.
that's how you know
Well,
you
she's the
watch
one
the
who
shows.
reacts so suddenly when Blanche reveals
Her
her
big old
bosoms
bust, yeah, her balloon breasts, yeah.
in the actor episode. Um uh,
This is fully a Van Gogh exhibit, by the way, which is so
is it
funny.
fully?
They're all Van Goghs, yeah. I think this was particularly a time when Van Gogh's name was really popular, sort of the 80s and 90s.
He was getting press.
Yeah. There were like movies made about him, songs written
They were
about him. Yeah.
discovering him.
Starry, starry night. Yeah.
So
They're
she's
just like
here
Gen Alpha, just
basically.
rediscovering their favorite pop star. Yeah.
She's basically here to say, okay, Inspector, do your job. Here's these things that I've discovered. Figure it out.
The
Uh,
envelope with the telephone number.
have you found any of this yet? Like, have you
No,
done
you haven't tried.
anything?
You haven't tried. I will admit, I mean, he's not particularly kind to her, but her words do get to him, right? He's like, fine, fine.
Yeah.
And Grady's out of jail.
Grady's out
Pretty
of jail,
quick little stint in jail, actually.
and Jess is
This is a
mad.
great scene. I would actually love to hear this scene. I think
All the trouble you went
it's a
to
highlight.
Good. Then maybe in gratitude you can tell me why you did something so
dumb.
good word.
A friend was in trouble. I helped him out.
And if he'd asked you to rob a bank, I suppose you'd have helped him out with that too?
Of course not. But he said his wife would get jealous. He wanted to spare her feelings.
Oh, Grady.
I thought I owed him that much. I mean, considering everything he's done for me.
What exactly has Gary done for you besides giving you a free room in his wife's hotel?
Oh, come on, that's not fair. He was very supportive when we found Sandra's body.
He was with you when you found Sandra's body?
He was supportive?
Well,
Jeez. What does that even mean?
exactly. He was sort of in the other room.
Sort of in the other room.
After I found Sandra's body, I heard this noise from the living room, and when I looked up, I saw Gary run out the front door.
For pity's sake, and you didn't tell the police?
No. He said he came in after I did, and when he saw Sandra lying there, he ran off to get help.
And you believe that?
Yes. I mean, I did at the time. Look.
No. You look, Grady. Take a good, hard look. Now, it is one thing to be loyal to an old friend, but it's quite another thing to let that loyal friend use you.
No, you got him all wrong.
Look, Grady, there's a real possibility that Gary Harper is the killer.
Oh, come on. That's crazy.
Well, don't tell me that it hasn't entered your mind. I mean, you're much too smart to accept that man at face value.
Is he?
Especially the face that I've been seeing.
I'm gonna go take a walk or something. I'll see you later.
Grady, you have to go to the police.
I'll be back in a while.
Hmm.
Wow, 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 wow.
What do you think about this? That we don't see a lot of them
I
bickering.
think yeah, I think it's necessary because he's making some really dumb decisions, like unusually dumb decisions, being absolutely manipulated by this guy, right?
Mhm.
And if the guy is innocent and someone's fucking dead, he should know better. You talk
Mhm.
to the police or at least to Jessica. At least tell Jessica because you know she's got your back and she's going to try to figure it out. So I think she's
Mhm.
right. I think she's absolutely right. He needs this sort of slap in the face. And I like that they have conflict because usually it's like, oh, Grady's so sweet to his auntie. Oh, Jessica's so good for taking care of Grady. I think they need this because it sort of indicates how she would have raised him, right? Which is all
Right.
things considered, the words are strong, but the delivery is still gentle, right? It's still sort of bound in care for him and like his best interest. And so I think it's really a beautiful way to show how Jessica and Frank raised Grady.
Mhm.
Yeah, what do you
Mhm.
think?
I think it's such, I agree. I also think just the disappointment in her is very real. Like like, what are you doing,
Yeah.
Grady? Like it's
You
just sort of
know
it's
better, buddy.
incredulous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think his sheepishness and his embarrassment is believable because I mean, you do hope, you do want to hope for the best in people. Even
Of
if you're a deeply
course.
cynical people, I think the reason you get cynical is because um you're disillusioned,
Yeah.
as it were. Um and Jessica's one of those people who does believe in the best of people, even though she's constantly confronted with the worst of people. And very frequently, it is that spark of the best in people that wins out. You know, it's what
Yeah.
gets that final clue, and it's what this person does the right thing finally.
Hmm.
Um, and but she's a realist as well.
I think she's very real. She's not an idealist when it comes to people. She's very
Mm-mm.
real. She wants for the best.
But she
She
believes in the
accepts when it's the
capability.
worst. She gets it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
I mean, isn't that
and
like
I
a goal
also,
to move through life the way Jessica Fletcher thinks? To like hope for and want the best in people, but really still understand how humans work and when they flawed and when they've made
yeah,
mistakes.
Yeah. I mean, to a degree, though, I mean, sometimes it's that sort of inability to bend that
Yeah,
can get her into these circumstances. I mean, we're gonna
yeah,
get to an episode where her bullheadedness fully gets someone killed. Um,
yes,
and that episode doesn't even bother to address that, which is kind of hilarious. Because it seems like a really good opportunity for them to finally say, okay, Jessica, maybe you get too involved.
yeah. Well,
And
isn't there
it doesn't
another
even,
episode where someone is suing her because they believe
yes,
that she,
there
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah,
But then she ends out to
because
be right. But then she
yeah,
turns out to be right.
or sort
The
of wrong
closest
but
we,
righter. Yeah,
yeah, wrong, but then right about something else.
yeah.
But it's also like when you find justice, Mrs. Fletcher, and you figure out what could have been or what should have been, you let me know.
Hmm.
There are many times where she's left with that look on her face of shit, that's it then, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Well, we're back with Gary's mother, uh, Nettie. Nettie is in a tizzy.
She's in a mood.
She's running around picking things up, putting them in her purse
Okay, I know we were
because
disparaging her room with the with the Asian scroll in the back
yeah,
screen, but I kind of like it actually. I would want to hang out in this room.
it's committed. It's
Yeah,
committed.
yeah.
So when we didn't say this earlier, but when Jessica walked in on Nettie before the brandy and Brazil nuts chocolates, which again are splayed around this room. I love that the
Everywhere.
boxes are still fully splayed. Then he was on the phone with saying, well, now you can finally get that divorce.
Right.
Um, Now you can really divorce Cornelia. Which again, I guess the implication is that don't stay with Cornelia then after all. So maybe I misjudged. Maybe actually I she doesn't
Hmm.
want you to stay
I will
because then you
admit
can get
this,
half.
yeah, I will admit this is a weird choice, and I remember watching this for today and thinking like, I don't really know why she would say that, other than to indicate, as we learn shortly, that Garrett was married to Sandra, right?
Yeah.
Sorry to drop that bomb now, but it seems important for the context of this conversation. She, I don't, it doesn't make
And
sense
get
to me.
alimony? Is it
It's
just
just to
the
reveal information. It's not really the thing she said is not particularly important in her opinion about it. It's actually what it indicates about Gary's relationship with
right?
Sandra that's important.
And it's what she feels, not what Gary feels.
Right.
Because she may not approve of the marriage, but he's like, why would I divorce her even though
Yeah.
now I can anyway?
Even
And the
though
question
she's
is,
reaping all the benefits staying in this hotel,
right,
eating all the chocolates,
but she doesn't like Cornelia.
I guess.
So maybe she also figures an alimony situation, or she figures that uh, a split in something. I don't really
You'll
know
get
how
something out of it,
divorce
right?
law
Unless
works
there
in
was a prenup.
1987 New York. I don't know what her
Yeah.
plan is here. Um, but she doesn't like Cornelia already.
Yeah.
So, and maybe, you know what? Maybe if her vices are just Belgian chocolate, then,
Not bad.
maybe she can return to a fairly middle class life fairly easily,
Yeah.
She's not
Yeah.
extravagant. She's not extravagant. Um,
And she's not a fashion hound either. So,
but the whole point, the question that Jessica brings up is now you really can divorce Cornelia. Why couldn't he divorce her before? To which Nettie says, that was for Gary's ears, not yours.
she's such an interesting characterization here. It's like gleeful, withholding, but very
Yeah,
transparent about certain things. I
there's
mean,
a
it's a very,
great,
frankly, it's a very Charlotte Rae type of character.
oh, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great. The up and down of it. Even this scene
Hmm.
particularly, she's crashing.
Yeah.
She's having like she's having problems. And she finally, oh God, the screen
The
crack.
screenshot.
Uh,
Oh my God.
when she finally realizes her voice, lowers, her energy drops, and she just sounds so tired. And
Hmm.
I love it. And we're gonna listen to it because I love it. This is the Charlotte Ray hour, sorry.
But the marriage would hardly be valid if he were already married to somebody else. It would be easy to prove.
Do you know how much anguish and cash that secret has cost over the past years?
So Sandra was your daughter-in-law.
Gary was foolish. So foolish. And that little tramp carried that marriage license in her purse and waved it under Gary's nose until the day she died.
Ah,
Important.
Emmy. It is. And I think that's the end of Nettie for us, unfortunately,
I think
but
so. She's gonna go to the spa
she
and eat
gave
some more
us
chocolate. Yeah.
she gave us what we needed. Um, but so that's what's going on is that actually Gary and Sandy weren't having an affair. They were already married. Now the question is,
So he's a bigamist.
he is, and therefore the second marriage isn't valid because
Yeah, it's
New
kind of
York.
null.
Which is why he can now marry Cornelia for real. Or,
Or does it legitimize his existing
it
marriage? It doesn't,
does
right?
not.
Like they have to
It
get married
doesn't.
again. Yeah.
It's fraud. It's
And what
still
does that
fraud.
conversation look like with her? Because we have a great scene on a rooftop coming up with Gary and
Cornelia.
Cornelia that is really quite engaging too. And it shows us the state of their relationship and how difficult a spot they're in. I don't think this is
Yeah.
going to sweeten the pot. I don't think this is going to make things better for them.
No. So Gary has a couple options here. One, he can fraudulently pretend he's still married to Cornelia, because how would you basically have to hide one to make the other one seem valid?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and I think unless somebody challenges the legitimacy of your marriage, it would really only become, I think, an issue if she did try to divorce him or something
yeah.
like that. Or if somebody contested his right to her will or something like that. Um,
Right.
I mean, I know where my marriage license is, but that piece of paper is also available in the
From the
court
clerk.
system.
Yeah,
Right. Mine's just a
yeah.
copy. Um,
It seems odd that I wonder how many years this has been going on then.
well, he says I've been trying to repay this debt for 8 years. So I believe the if they're meant to be like 30 or
Yeah.
29, 30, um, then they got married while he was in college, probably around 24,
Which makes sense.
23,
Yeah.
and then almost immediately regretted it. And he's only been married to Cornelia for a year, if that.
It's pretty fresh, I think.
So I guess the implication is how long were he and Sandra cohabitating? When did it go south? And why did he not be able to secure a divorce from her
Well, that's my question.
until never? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What like we don't ever really learn what went wrong in their relationship, do we? We just know that it
Just
went
that they're
wrong
two
and they're
terrible
not
people
divorced and she's now, well, we're gonna learn,
blackmailing him.
she's blackmailing him. All the
Yeah,
money of the deposit she's getting in her checkbook for like tens of thousands of dollars on each of her stays here is her hush money.
yeah, yeah. We find out via her checkbook. Our inspector finally does his job and
Yeah,
says, "Oh, we can prove via her bank book all of her stays correlate with her deposits
yeah.
because, of course, you can't mail that apparently."
So like how was he not able to get out of this marriage before he met Cornelia for that matter? Because it seems like it's been an expensive and it was bad from the get-go. So
But I
how
don't
are
know
they
if
still
it's,
in this
it seems like it's
situation?
only been expensive for the last year.
Right, while he's known Cornelia.
I don't know.
But
And
also,
also, we don't
wouldn't
know
it be
how
simple
long
to,
he and Cornelia were together because they've
yeah,
been married, I think, a year, but they could have been together
you'd
six,
think if they
7,
had
8 months beforehand.
any realistic relationship, she would know that he was married to her and that he could even they could even have a discussion like we're still married and she won't get a divorce. They can still be a couple without getting married, Cornelia and Gary that is, while he's
And she's
dealing
rich.
with his
I'm sure she could
existing
find a
wife, right?
lawyer
Yeah,
who could
it
figure it
doesn't
out.
make
I know.
sense. It doesn't
It's a
make
bunch of young
sense.
people making bad decisions.
Stupid
Every
choices
young, all of these
everywhere.
people.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, we did just have a scene where Grady and Jessica made up, which was very sweet.
yes, they finally have come to terms with Grady being an idiot.
Yeah.
But and if we found out from Jessica's conversation with Haviland that he was investigating Sandra, and then we get confirmation of that via Cornelia. So one
Hmm.
would think that if she was under investigation, someone would have found out that she was married under that time.
For all
If it
this
was,
time, right? For weeks, she says, for weeks and weeks.
well, and not to spoil too many things, but I think he did find. I think that discovery was made. Um,
Now's the time.
Now's the time.
Oh, this is that great rooftop scene between Gary and Cornelia. It's scary because she's on the roof. It's just the two of them. He comes up behind her and they're sort of talking about their relationship. And he's kind of scary. Like
You think so?
I was
You think
not
this is
sure
ominous?
when I first watched this if he was going to push her over the edge because we still don't know if he's the killer or not. And
That's
so
true.
it would feel like if he is the killer and he's this sort of greasy person who we've been shown through his actions toward Grady, did we have the scene already where he tries to pay off the security chief? Maybe not yet.
No, not
But
yet.
he's
But
right now on the roof. He's feeding Cornelia a bunch of bullshit, basically.
well, he's pretending like he's coming clean. Like he's
Yeah,
also like, see, now you know, and now you should understand why I didn't want to tell you
right,
about being married. Because now she knows that they were married. And now she
right.
knows that they're not legally married. Which actually cleans her hands pretty quickly. If she
It
really
does.
wanted to get rid of him,
She
okay,
could push him
bye.
off the roof, right?
Well,
She
at the
plays
very
this
least,
scene.
have no problem throwing him out and him having no claim.
Yeah.
And she says, I believe that you love my money, but I don't
And
know if
she's
you love
right.
me.
She's right.
Yeah.
We know she's right. Do I think, do I think this is one of those things where there are some people who are just built differently. And even if he doesn't love her, he loves being with her, right?
Yeah.
Because of the circumstances of his life with her.
Well, do you think it's just about the money?
I
We're
think
not
it's
really
about,
given. Okay.
I think it's about like lifestyle.
Hmm.
I think he's fond of her in a
Proximity.
way that he can live with her. I don't think he loves her. I think he does love her money, and I think he loves what they can be together and what she can do for him. And there are people who operate in the world, and that's all they need to be married, right?
Yeah. Well, I
They
mean,
don't need this sort of like great
there are
affection or great love, right? It's
right.
almost a business arrangement for him, and he's happy
Maritime
to,
convenience.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he gets everything he wants. He gets to be a powerful person in this very I guess this is a well-regarded hotel, right? In this huge, opulent, extravagant hotel, he gets to have
This is the
power, he gets to have
plaza.
influence, right? This
This is
is
meant to be
this
like
is
the
a
plaza. Yeah.
this is the top of the food chain. So why shouldn't he? But the way Janet Leigh plays that scene is so beautiful because she is really struggling to understand what her move is in the situation, right? Like, can I live with this situation as it is? Is this person the person I love, or do I need to get rid of him? And she's not saying that, but we can see it all in her face while he's sort of yakking at her on the roof.
Mm.
And we don't really know what she's going to choose. I was rooting for her to kick him out, personally. I wanted her to say no. I'm worth more than my money or something like that. But then in fact, her job is all she seems to care about.
Her status as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what she's known
maybe,
for.
just maybe, it would behoove her to stay where she is with him. I don't know. It's such a weird dilemma that I would never find myself in, right? I would never find myself in this space where I'd have to ask someone just wants me for my power and money.
Yeah, it would be interesting to revisit these characters in a year and see
Hmm.
what they end up with because we're coming up on our conclusion here. Um Gary is an unscrupulous, almost sociopathic kind of character
Yeah,
because he very nonchalantly makes awful decisions. And he just offered the hotel detective money to find proof that Grady was the one who killed Sandra.
right. And it's just to move
That's
suspicion from him.
fucked up.
It is
That's
fucked
fucked
up.
up on any number of reasons, not the least of which it will mean he can just continue his status quo in
Yeah.
that hotel
Yeah.
doing and unshackled for that matter because then now he doesn't have Sandra bilking him. He still has a mother who is saying leave the woman, and he has a wife who's sort of like I don't know, but he seems to have some sweet talk abilities.
Yeah.
Um,
He's very manipulative. There's something narcissistic about him.
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
user. I mean, the
Um,
way he talks to Grady about how close they are, and then the scene basically says, fuck Grady.
right,
And Grady's around the
right.
corner and he hears it.
And we've seen douchebags played all kinds of ways, especially younger man dynamics,
Yeah.
where um, the David Tollivers of the world
Hmm.
sort of play it as a well, he I don't see a lot of him and well, we see him in Jessica, but we don't see him in an actual relationship with an older woman. But
Yeah.
the implication is that he would be an interesting dinner companion and probably a lover. When we
I should think so.
see
Yeah.
Barry Williams with the writing as the writing instructor in Headless Horseman, and he sort of, I know what you like about me, as he like
Yeah.
slings hog in his tight blue jeans. We're meant to understand
Thank God.
where he's coming from. And we see it to a certain degree with the quote selflessness in our Jonathan Martin when it comes to the older women
Oh,
of
yeah.
Cabot Cove,
Sure.
where he's almost like a service sub in a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this guy, he is not using his sexuality against Cornelia. He's really not.
No. And he's not having an affair, which is refreshing, actually. That was a refreshing development.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't about
And he
him
does
stooping Sandra. It's about him actually focusing on being with Cornelia.
right. And I don't know if there's a sexual attraction or if there's uh a companionship because they don't even spend a lot of time together. He's really just arm candy when she needs him, but she does also employ him technically because he's able to make these hotel decisions that piss her off, as we saw in the very beginning. So his usefulness is not even like at the very least, David Tolliver was going to provide dictation before and after.
Yeah.
Like,
Ah, now that's
um,
pillow talk.
mm, at a quick words per minute.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really know what Cornelius is getting out of him.
That's one of the things about the episode that doesn't track for me, especially when we get these relationships, but we never see affection between the two of them until very
Not
briefly at the end,
intimacy,
right?
not true intimacy. Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
they're kind
Actually, I
of
think
cold,
really,
ambitious people, both of them. So, maybe you know what? Maybe they are well suited for each other.
yeah.
Oh, in this scene, Grady. So Grady hears it, and he sort of reveals himself to Gary, and Gary's like, "Oh, I was just seeing how far I could go. I was just laying a trap. You know what I mean?" Fuck off, Gary.
He's such a dick.
He's such a dick, and he doesn't care. He's not sorry.
No. And he doesn't even like he immediately slides into it.
Yeah.
There's no hesitation in lying to Grady. And he doesn't deny it, but he doesn't accept like he just like, okay,
Do
moving
you
on.
remember when we were talking about the football, not the football episode, but the one with the coach and the four players,
My
and
boys. Yeah.
Glover comes back and as the
Yeah.
hippie hitchhiker, and we were talking about sort of the camaraderie that exists in like high school sports teams and things like this. This is kind of a touch of that, right? That weird camaraderie where your brothers can do something
Your
truly
frat
despicable and
situation.
you'll look the
Yeah.
other way, right? And I kind of like that Grady extracts himself from that relationship at the end. I think it's really important for him because we know Grady's better than that, but we can also see he's victim to it just like anybody else is in this situation.
With any other community too. I mean, I think that's why a lot of people say, oh, Hollywood will protect their own, rich people will protect their own.
Yeah,
We see drag queens protect their own. We see entertainers protect their own, even in our circles.
sure.
Like people are oh, but that's my sister. Oh, but that's my, my sibling in, you know,
Yeah,
Christ. Uh, it's sort of like there
apropos.
is sort of a kindred kind of behavior, like a pack protection.
Hmm.
Um, until someone goes too far or it's does something so inauspicious where you're like, oh, I really, I really have to remove myself from the situation. And
Exactly.
that's hard. And that is hard.
Yeah. Well, especially with like,
Have you had to say goodbye to a who you had a friendship that they were like, you know what, you're not good for me. I'm not good for you.
you
And we
know,
need to not.
I have stepped away from friendships that were not good for me. Yes. Or there were moments where someone did something or carried out an action. I once caught somebody stealing something from me and I was like, really?
Oh,
Really? And the
ooh.
thing, and I was younger, so I didn't necessarily have my grasp of language in those types of situations, but I remember it was kind of like shoved under the rug and we didn't really talk about it directly. I just sort of cut contact. I'm kind of like a quiet quitter when it comes to like
Mm.
bad friendships. I'm not one who to make like a declarative, you did
You're
this
not
to me and I can
confrontational.
no longer be in a friendship with you. No, I don't do that shit. But what I do is just gradually disappear. How about you? Do you ever have you? Because that's an interesting thing. I think that's must be more stressful than breaking up with a partner in some ways. If to have those kinds of conversations with friends, like we shouldn't be friends
Mhm.
anymore. Have you ever had to do it?
Oh yeah, you've been around when
Yeah.
I've had to. In
Ah,
New York.
yes, yes, I have. Yes, I have.
In New York. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still maintain that to a certain degree. I still have to to pay attention to what's going on in the world with them. Um yeah. Yeah. I've had to cut people off and say, you know what? Well, also I've had to say, okay, you're bad for business too. I hate to say it, but there are some people that, especially if you're a colleague and you're bad for business, you're also not a great friend. Also, like
Hmm.
if we can't work together, but that's how we're friends, that indicates a lot of other characteristics that I need to address and not being cool with
Yeah.
you about.
Yeah.
Um, particularly since so much of being in burlesque and in nightlife has to do with money, has to do with body autonomy, has to do with boundaries and ethics and professionalism. And if you fail at any one of those things, it is very often symbolic of your inability to do more.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could be a good person and still it's difficult. it's difficult because I don't necessarily think that one character trait necessarily means because I think there are bad people who have done good things for the world. Um, but that doesn't mean that they're not also bad people.
Yeah. And the flip is true too, I
And I
suppose.
guess,
Good people have done bad things.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And it sort of colors the rest of it because then you're like, okay, well, what about intention? What about motivation? What about
yeah.
um what did this mean the whole time? And can you do good things for bad reasons?
Yeah.
You know, in theory, while Perón was disappearing people, his wife was giving money to the poor. In
Yeah.
theory, like, um,
Make it make
yeah.
sense.
And we have a billionaire who is putting money in theory into like space exploration, which is in theory a good thing, but won't, feed the hungry. I
Yeah,
don't
and for
know.
what
I mean,
reasons, right? Yeah.
yeah, you sort of question people's priorities. Um, but I think people are people, and I really do. And I think that sometimes you do the easy thing, and the easy thing is not a great thing. And I think the easy thing for Cornelia and Gary in this case is to just continue on.
Stick it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably get bitter and more cynical and more awful
Yeah, I don't see
as
this
they
being,
go.
I don't see the affection increasing after this event for them. I don't see
No,
why it
this didn't
would.
save them. This did not save them.
A matter of fact, what we'll find out, they're going to lose an employee too. And so they're going to have more work to do, right? Which is going to stretch them even thinner. So, all right,
Well,
let's
who's
pick it
at the
back up.
door?
The
Jessica and
maid.
Grady are going out to dinner, and it's the maid with a carnation and a chocolate.
So
And
she's let in to turn down the bed, which they do every night. But
mhm,
wait a second, wait a second, wait a second.
we have a zoom. That's always good when Jessica
Hmm.
zooms in.
On that little tray with the chocolates and carnation. That's our clue.
That's our clue.
That's our
Well,
aha
that's our
moment.
our final, yeah.
Yeah.
That's our aha.
Hmm. So now Jessica is meeting with Mr. Havland, Mr. Mark Havland, our gay minion.
Yes. He was actually very handsome in this. I think
He
actually he's
is,
very
yeah.
he is.
Really put
He's
together.
less handsome, I think, in the act when he plays the actor in Appointment Only.
Yeah.
But
It's
I think
amazing what the
he's
costuming and
nicely,
styling do, right?
yeah. Yeah, he dresses up well.
Yeah.
Which
And he
is
has
funny
pretty
because that whole
lips
thing,
too.
that whole
He does.
he does, he has very pretty lips. Um and he appears a couple of more times, I think. I'm pretty sure he's in a few more Murder She Wrote. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he does. He plays her editor at one point. That's right.
Oh, shoot.
He plays her oh, that's going to be another interesting one. Her bipolar manic depressive editor. Whew. Um
Good for him.
so yeah, he's back and forth with Jessica here, and Jessica's basically laying out,
A
oh
kind of a
well,
trap, but she's playing dumb. She's
it's
playing dumb like she often
you know what
does.
she does. She knows
She's
how to talk to
manipulating.
people.
She's good at it here too, because she says, "Oh, Sandra and Gary were having an affair." And he's like, "No, they were married. I can prove it." And she's like, "How?" And so, of course, he goes to his little safe and pulls out a marriage certificate. And what did we find out that Sandra kept in her purse in an envelope? The
The
marriage
marriage certificate
certificate.
to wave under his face. Now, many of us would just assume that was hyperbole
I thought it
because,
was.
of course, it is. That's so stupid. Why would you possibly?
Walk around with your marriage certificate in your purse.
Um, yeah, and yeah, but we need it to be uh literal
We
for our
do.
purposes
We
here.
do. And he pulled this marriage certificate out of an envelope, which had a phone number written on it.
Why, yes. And what did Sandra do while Grady was putting the flowers in the martini pitcher? Writing down a phone number,
On an
which
envelope.
means He
And
got that
Gary,
envelope from Sandra.
yeah.
Mm,
And Grady just confirmed because of course Grady was waiting in the wings here.
yes.
So what we found out then is yeah, Mark did it. Mark did it.
Mark did it.
Mark killed Sandra.
And Mark did it for simple greed. Once again, it's
Yeah,
one of the oldest reasons. It's not a very exciting reason, which is why we need all this other shit to happen.
right. Well,
Um,
he says that he asked Cornelia time and time again for a raise and she would never give it to him, the stingy bitch.
right. And so
And
this
he
is his way of
clearly
sticking it
he
to
is the
her.
one who's really running the show here. Like he is the gay minion behind the scenes who knows all the details. So she's
This place
fucking
is
him
gonna fall
over.
apart without him. This place is gonna
Truly,
fall apart.
truly. They're going to turn into a Motel
Yeah.
6. Are you kidding?
It's gonna be condos in 2 years.
Yeah. So because
Um,
Cornelia wouldn't play ball and give him his well-deserved raise, which I am convinced he has earned the raise because we've seen him be much more efficient and on the ball than anybody else there.
yeah,
But because she won't give him a raise, he goes to Sandra once he finds out all the deets and says, "Split the money with me." Baby, blackmailers never fare well on Murder, She Wrote. They're
no,
always punished. And in
they're
this
always
case,
punished.
two of them are punished.
Well, what happens very frequently, if you're a true crime fan, a lot of times those blackmailers are the ones who end up dead.
Yeah.
Uh, so here, very frequently, and that happens too, where somebody's blackmailing, and because Sandra was blackmailing. So this is actually a blackmailer going after a blackmailer
Hmm.
and taking over for her, basically inheriting her leverage.
Yeah.
And because Sandra
Blackmailer
wasn't
one, dead.
gonna
Blackmailer two,
split with her,
yeah,
he's like,
jail.
oh, then I'll just take it all. Boom. And therefore have the marriage license to wave under Gary's face.
Right. But at this point, doesn't Cornelia know?
Well, yes. Now
So it's no
that's the
longer
question.
good for anything.
But he may not know that.
Yeah.
He may not be
Yeah.
familiar with that. And also the whole point is the murder, not necessarily what it was now good for.
Yeah.
So he may have
Oh,
actually cut his losses.
maybe. Well, and the detail with the carnation is that he said he was taking a nap and unreachable because the phone was off the hook between 7:30 and 10:30, but the maid service always comes in around 8, and the new maid service
Is
was in his room,
yeah,
which means he wasn't there to turn them away. He wasn't there
right,
taking a nap. He was
right,
elsewhere doing nefarious deeds
right.
because that fresh carnation and those two lovely chocolates were on his bedside table, which
His
I think
walnuts
is a
and
really
brandy.
good clue. I think that's a really good clue.
It is a good clue. And we were given it in a pretty good way before the
Hmm.
Zoom. And
Yeah.
then that Zoom really could have connected it for us too. We
Yeah.
could have solved this along with her if we
Yeah.
weren't so dazzled by everything else going on.
Well, and for that matter, when they show him earlier putting the phone back on the receiver and changing out the carnation, they don't just zoom past that. It's a deliberate
Mm-mm,
moment, right? So, and we
mm-mm.
know watching Murder, She Wrote, nothing is
Everything's on purpose.
superfluous.
Yeah.
Everything is necessary and will lead to something, particularly when they make a distinct choice to follow something happening.
Hmm.
So,
A lot
so
of
this is
camera
definitely a
angles
play
will do
along
the work
mystery.
for, yeah. Because we even had the first glance of the chocolates and carnation when they were examining Sandra's body.
Hmm.
She had returned to her room after all of that stuff had been done,
Right.
and they zoomed in on that as part of the getting the
Right.
whole set of the room before then going to, like, it was planting the image in our
Yes,
mind.
totally. Well, and it also creates the culture in the hotel that
Yes.
all this operates in, which is smart. I think it's a
You
really
need to
good
see
writing
things
choice.
mundane before it's important.
Right. You see that maid carrying that little tray with the carnation and the chocolates, and you see it in everybody's room, right? We see it, I think we saw it in Jessica's room just now. It's part of the process. And because the
It's
hotel is so
world
well
building.
managed and so deliberate, and they turn down that bed for all those guests every night, we saw that Sandra's bed was turned down, and that's why it mattered that the pillow was fucked up, but everything else was in place. Because Mark
Unremoved.
took the pillow and suffocate. Well, we didn't even talk about this. So they were in their room, and he was like, I want in on this money," and
I
she's
want in
like,
on
"Fuck
this.
you,
Yeah.
man," and then he slaps her,
He
and he
was just like,
falls.
fuck you, man. Uh,
He slaps her and knocks her over, and she hits her head on the back of the dresser, and she's almost unconscious. He takes
Stays,
advantage of the opportunity, takes the pillow, and suffocates her, which was
leaving the makeup stains all over the
dumb.
pillowcase.
Sir, you work in the hotel. You could get a new pillowcase and put that pillow back, and it would look like she just tripped. But that was such an obvious clue to leave
I
behind.
know. I know. Well, he was busy. He then ran to. We're lucky the pillow made it back on the bed because he then had to
Yeah,
grab out of her purse the marriage
right,
certificate
right,
with the phone number on it.
right. We did get a little flashback sequence here, which I don't think is the most effective flashback sequence. I mean, I get it,
Of
but
the
I
murder?
think, yeah, it's a little, it feels a little filler to me because the mechanics of this are not particularly important. He could have told us what happened.
Yeah, I mean he is telling us what happened. That's how
Yeah,
we're getting the flashback. We're getting the
yeah.
flashback via his words. I don't know. I think it's worth noting how why her head was bashed as well.
I mean, it certainly
I
makes
think
quick work of showing us rather than telling us.
and
So,
it tells us it was opportunity, not premeditated as
yeah,
well. It sort of softened, if you'll pardon the expression, softens the blow on oh god, she's still wearing that hideous top.
I know.
Um she had to die in that too.
Uh-huh.
Um yeah, because he had I mean, yes, he
Oh, by the
still
way,
was
I
going
think that
to
was an extra who fell down and hit that. Scroll back.
oh absolutely. It was a stunt.
Look at Sandra's face, look at her fall and hit the back of her head, and then the neck. That's not her. That's
She's
not
not even
her.
wearing lipstick in that one, in that shot. Yeah. Yeah, that's not her.
That's stunt actor.
That's a
And
stunt
like
actor.
it's a full close up on her face too as the stunt actor.
Yeah,
That's not her. That's not her.
but it's done really quick. If you consider a TV,
Yeah,
they weren't planning on us
a little
pausing.
box in the
They
80s. I know. I
they
know.
they didn't know we could do that. You've seen the Jessica stand-ins. They don't
Uh-huh.
think that we're gonna notice.
Well,
They're
I'm
not
glad they're
concerned
using a
with that.
skilled professional for this stunt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone who can professionally get bashed on the head.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little startling actually, and
It
also
is unsettling.
you don't suffocate that quickly, but they're rushing things a little,
Yeah.
and we find out also that phone call was completely a non-clue. It
Wasn't it to
was her
like
dentist.
her dad? Yeah, it was like a doctor's appointment.
It was her dentist. So Grady and Jessica are checking out. Even that, which is funny if you really think about it. We need him to check out for this scene, but since
Yeah.
he's not paying, he could have just walked right by. But he
Yeah.
actually plans on paying because he's
Throw to
sticking it to
Gary.
Gary.
Gary, who has no who is who could care less right now. He's just happy as a clam sitting there with Cornelia. Yep, we've straightened things out. I'm sure you have.
They yeah,
This is how I think he's a manipulative fucker, is that she says, "I've begun to realize all the places where I was wrong,"
I was such a foolish woman.
I was such a foolish woman.
Yeah,
He
and
made her
Jessica gives
believe
this.
that she was foolish.
He gives
Gary made her believe it.
Jessica gives this read where she says, "Well, I can't think of people more ideally suited for each other."
And they smile.
And
We
they
know
don't
what
get
she
it. Yeah, they don't
means.
get it. They don't get it.
You're both terrible people. Enjoy
And
your
they say,
life.
"Oh, by the way, we're getting married for real. Um, and we'd love to have you at the wedding, Grady."
Doesn't he say like be my best man or something? Yes. It's
Yes.
wild. The nerve.
The nerve, the gall, the gumption. It
This
is.
son of a bitch.
And Garrett and Grady's like, "I'd like to, but I'm gonna be busy that day." It's like,
I'll
we
be
haven't
washing my
told you
hair.
the day. Yeah. this is him standing up for himself.
Right.
It's all right, I guess. And then he says, "No, I can handle it myself. I've got my dander basically up.
He's gonna pull out his
20
Diners Club card.
$2,500 for 2 nights and a lousy meal," he says.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, I'm so sorry. There's been a mistake. They must not have added your restaurant charge to the bill. Good grief.
To which Jessica's eyes,
They knew where they were going. Come on.
yeah, yeah. This is just a little fun for
Yeah,
the two of them. I mean, 1,200 a night in 1987. Uh,
sure.
uh,
Expensive.
it's expensive.
You could spend 1,200 a night again in Disney World these days.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. So 1,200 to 1,250 in 1987 is worth holy shit 36.87
Oh, wow. For 2 nights.
for one night.
For one night.
I
Oh, for
divided it.
oh,
I
jeezy,
divided it.
crazy.
I divided it.
Ugh.
That means inflation of 100. Well, let's see. What's like the big hotel in
What
New
would be
York?
like the Ritz Carlton or
The
something
Ritz?
like
Is the
that,
Ritz
right?
Carlton? Ritz Carlton audience, I'm Googling. Hotel one night stay cost. Do 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 do.
The Waldorf
It could
Astoria, Four Seasons. I don't think the Ritz Carlton is
oh,
actually.
luxury suites could reach up to $10,000
Yeah.
per night. That's insane.
I mean, so the
Uh,
Amman, New York is starting around
minimum
3,000 to
500.
4,200 a night. That's the
Yeah.
Amman. And
Uh,
then the
it,
Mark penthouse at the Mark Hotel, $75,000 a night to stay in their penthouses.
wow, wow, folks. I'm
But
so.
we
I
don't have
mean, well,
healthcare.
did you look up the Carlisle? Or you
No.
said which one did you say? Carlisle between 800 and 1,500 per night.
Jesus.
Standard rooms average about 950.
St. Regis is between 1,500 and 3,000 per night. So
You're telling me Stritch was paying 1,200 per night?
she must have had some sort of contract or like
He did. Well,
long-term
she also
stay
performed
deal.
there too. She performed
Yeah.
there too. So I think there
There
was
was
sort of
some
a
you scratch your back, I'll scratch mine. That's
shit.
wrong, I know, but
No, I mean that's bartering. I mean that seems, that seems
oh no, my use of the expression was wrong.
oh, yeah, yeah. Well,
There you go.
Grady's out $4,000 basically.
I think they hand
Thoughts?
over the bill to Cornelia and Gary. I don't think he actually pays that shit. At least if I were smart Grady, I would have said, fine,
Oh
pay
yeah.
it.
I mean he already
See
lives in
ya.
New York.
Don't
Like
want to be
he's
it.
spending
Yeah.
money.
Jeez, man.
That's bonkers. But apparently, while a lot is not the most it could have been. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. And there we have it.
Thought thoughts?
Oh gosh. Let's see.
We took this episode very slowly, folks.
We
I
did.
understand
We
we
did.
paused a lot. We really did
You know why?
allow
I
ourselves
think
to simmer.
it's fun. I like this episode. I think it's a good time. I like the Janet Leigh character. I think she's really interesting, if not the most virtuous person. She has the best costumes. Even when they're bad, they're so much fun.
Extravagant. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I think
love
the
you know
women,
what? We love choices.
yeah.
And those were a choice.
I think the cast here is really balanced, right? Because we have a nice blend of men and women. They're distinct. They suit their roles really well. I think Mark, the gay minion, played by Robert Desiderio, doesn't actually have the most to do in the episode, but does it really, really well. Of course, Charlotte
He
Rae is
accomplishes he
eating up the
accomplishes what he
scene,
needs
right?
to.
Yeah. He's kind
Yeah.
of a sympathetic murderer, but like he also does some shady shit. So I guess what we're learning is that nobody here is a good person. Grady and Jessica are the good people. Everybody else is shit. Kind of, right? Everybody.
hmm 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 Oh
The
yeah,
hotel
this is not a
detective
good cross
Fritz,
section.
Fritz Rice, who gets like bought out to try to make someone guilty who's not. That's crazy. Inspector Monte Markham Matheny, who just wants to go back to his art shows and ballets.
And reluctantly does his job, although he does then eventually do it.
He does,
He's the only one who learns anything in this episode.
frankly. But I don't think it's going to really change his behavior.
Fair
I think
enough.
in this instance, someone knocked on his door enough for him to go like, ugh, you're right, fine. But it's funny, we see him mostly at these events and wearing these like black tie costumes and whatnot. And we see him for like 2 seconds actually doing police work. So I think that's pretty indicative of who he is, right?
Yeah.
And of course, Charlotte Rae is great. I like it. I think it's really fun. I think
What
the
do you think of
clues are
Sandra?
nice. Mhm. There's a moment in the flashback where he says, I wanted to get in on the blackmailing with her, right? And she turns around
Mhm.
and she laughs in his face. And it's a little mustache twirling villain of her, even though it's in Muse, basically, we're not hearing them speak.
Mhm. We're also hearing it from his perspective,
We're
technically.
hearing it from his perspective. There was something about it that was a little like, I wish she'd been a little more interesting. I don't know if it's a result of the writing, which it probably is, and the directing rather than that actor's choices, because I think early in the episode when she's still alive, particularly the first scene where she's seeing Grady and kind of throwing eyes at him and manipulating him a bit, I think she's an interesting character, but I think she turns into a less interesting character as the episode goes on, personally.
Mm.
Yeah. What do you think?
Of her specifically or the whole
Her
shebang?
specifically, but yeah, the whole thing.
I think so she's an ambitious woman, and we do get a little bit, even some insight from about her from Haviland, is that she went from like this small down podunk because they met in Indiana. Gary and she are from Fort Worth area, right?
Hmm.
So this sort of small computer processing nerd into like this affluent lady. And the idea that she allowed her like she just wants what she couldn't get, and she makes
Yeah.
bad decisions to do it. But I just say she's kind of within her rights. She's manipulative and she's doing bad things, but she is married to this guy.
Yeah, he
What
did make
I
that
would
choice.
what I would think is that he would challenge her. He just doesn't have the spine to challenge her. You can get divorced if the other person doesn't want to.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact, her being kind of a crazy bitch would allow you probably some leverage.
Yeah,
The
you'd have
second
some
she
receipts.
says, "Give me some money," you probably have a better leg to stand on, frankly.
Right.
Um, but because he takes ostensibly the easy way out, which is use Cornelia's money to keep her quiet, he will keep doing that. And he would have kept doing that
Yeah.
until Haviland, but the only reason he stops is because Haviland kills her.
Yeah.
He would have just
Again,
kept on doing it because it was easier than talking to Cornelia about it.
this is not a sustainable
No,
situation.
business model. No, it is absolutely not.
No, which is why it doesn't make the
Everyone is
setup and the
so
premise is
short-sighted
just
here.
weird. So like the actions that take place throughout the episode, they make sense and they track, but the premise and the setup and how they got here doesn't really.
Mm.
So it's hard for me to think of this as being like one of the top-notch episodes because I think there are holes in the backstory here. Namely, why are they still married? Why are they still married?
Because they're awful people and sometimes awful people stay
I
together.
guess so. You know what's interesting is I was just watching a video essay on the film version of Rebecca,
Mhm.
and they're talking, and not to give anything away
The
if
original
anybody
film
hasn't
version, I
seen,
assume.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
haven't seen Rebecca, sorry, spoilers coming. It's like 100 years old at this point. Uh, but Maxim de Winter marries Rebecca, and within 4 days, she is discovered cheating on him with another man. But instead of she convinces him, instead of having a scandal that you've only been married to someone 4 days, why don't I just stay in the role and play the part? That way you are spared this public humiliation of marrying a woman for 4 days. But then she spins that into an entire machine that she manipulates and runs, right?
Yeah.
It makes me think of this a little bit because if they knew early on that this was not a good marriage, it would have been quick and dirty to just get out of it. What did she say to him, or what were their circumstances at the time that kept them together? And it makes me
I don't
want
even
to
know how they
think,
met, frankly.
yeah, that
Like, I
Sandra
don't
is
even know what.
more capable of controlling the situation than maybe she appears in the episode. Like, because she's been playing a long game here, if that's the case. And she seems perfectly willing to keep playing it.
Well, he was like this. I mean, she was what, the cheerleader, right? So was he
Yeah.
meant to be like the jock? Like, did they run in the same? Like, how did they even? What I mean though is like, yeah, they went to school
Yeah.
together, but how were they? Like, how does Grady fit in? Basically, Grady's the outlier if you think about it.
Right. Yeah.
He's sort of like the dweeb who managed to be
The
with the cool
dweeb.
kids.
Yeah.
Um, and then Cornelia somehow connects with Garrett. I don't know how. We don't actually ever go into that specifically. Right? When when
Yeah.
when Grady mentions that
At
they got
college?
married. Let me see.
They said they went to Purdue. That's where they met, or
No, 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 but Cornelia and Garrett.
oh, Cornelia. Yeah, yeah. We don't get any of that.
The Montaigne Plaza. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. My friend Gary Harper from school, he married the hotel. He married the lady who owns the hotel.
Yeah.
And
That's
Jessica's
it.
like, I remember Gary. He's your age. And Cornelia Montaigne is. Well, she's older. All I know is he fell into it, hip deep into money.
Something tells me
All
Gary
right.
did not fall into it. Something tells me Gary positioned himself to be there.
You know, he was probably a stud. You know what? He probably studded his way in and did what he needed to do.
Victor, you know what one of my
Again,
first notes is for this episode? Oh, okay, Janet Leigh, getting some young D.
you know, again, we don't ever get any even like sexuality from them,
Yeah,
which is sort of fascinating.
yeah.
Um, Again, even David Tolliver, even like we get like that I want you
I believe
kind
that
of.
he's hot for those ladies, even if he kills them.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
David Tolliver is hornier
Yeah,
than Garrett Harper is.
he's the best.
Um, so yeah, I get sort of the impression that theirs is not a sexless marriage, even if it is somewhat a loveless.
Yeah,
Um, because she's a very important woman, and very important women have to still make appearances and keep things up and keep things going, and it keeps
sure.
her relevant. And and again, we still live in a world where nowadays we're talking about it more, but at a
Yeah,
certain point, we never discussed older men and younger women.
no.
We're certainly doing that more than we ever had before, but at a certain point, we didn't do that.
Well, and maybe
And
maybe because she is of a certain age, of a certain power and position, it it works for her to choose a pretty boy with a mom complex, right?
absolutely,
Because she gets
because
to
she
call the
can
shots still.
manipulate him.
Yeah.
He'll do what he's told,
Yeah.
and he
He's
will
a
do
good
what he's
boy.
told. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he thinks because he's crazy, he thinks he's doing this to spare Cornelia too. He thinks he's doing all of this to protect her from, and even though obviously it's all for him.
Yeah.
But I mean,
He's protecting
he's.
his own interests here
I
more
hate to
than
say that
anything else.
he's automatically a narcissist, but he is. He doesn't think he's doing anything wrong.
That's
Um,
that's that's the clue, right? Is that anytime
yeah,
he actually has faltered, he doesn't take any accountability or responsibility for it. He has no
he doesn't
compassion
even admit.
for. No.
when Grady points out point blank, I saw you make a deal to frame me for
Hmm.
murder.
Yeah.
He says, "No, I didn't. Like that was all a trap." And Grady says, "You're a dick," and he doesn't even argue.
Like,
He
Grady, what are
doesn't
you
even
talking
argue.
about? What are you talking about?
He is
Douche.
massive gaslighter, massive
Oh
gaslighter.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think the window into that relationship with his mother, I think really supports that he carried that into with uh
Yeah.
with Cornelia.
Yeah.
I'm also curious how Nettie's going to handle this whole thing. If her son,
Sure.
she'll just deal. She'll just keep staying there, eating the chocolates, living her life,
She'll make it work.
henpecking her son.
Well, because, and I believe that in time, their dynamic will probably shift and he will become more and more influential over Cornelia
Hmm.
because he
Do
is
you think
so good at what he's doing, manipulation wise.
but do you think, but he's not business savvy per se.
No,
So
but I
I don't
think,
think he has to keep her so that the hotel keeps running. He needs her to keep his meal ticket alive.
well, and frankly, without gay Minion, they're all fucked.
There's our title. But but it's true. It's true because she's been massively distracted this whole time. She's really, I mean, she's hands-on. A lot of owners of hotels do not live on site, do not make
No,
themselves walking around talking to the sheiks and their 37 wives to
no.
make
She's
sure
high
shit gets
touch.
done.
Yeah.
Right. She's not even a figurehead. She's the face of the Montaigne. She is Montaigne.
She is the public relations committee. She is the voice of Montaigne. Yeah, absolutely.
Which, works. It absolutely works because that also seems to be how she finds fulfillment. She's a hostess.
Yeah.
Perfect. She's walking around the dining room, making sure everyone's okay.
She's not eating with her husband and his friends. She's working.
Or upstairs in her room, resting or counting the receipts. She has people for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's busy buying silk blouses. That's what she's doing.
mhm, mhm.
Closet full of
And it's
them.
also that also means that, however, that since Havlin, his only, if you'll excuse me, his only crime is killing Sandra, he'll go to jail for that. He'll go to prison for that. He didn't embezzle. He didn't misappropriate funds. Her husband did. So he will get away with it.
Hmm.
That's fraud. That's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
um I don't even know is I mean the funny thing about blackmail is also oftentimes it is done because the person is committing a crime. Paying blackmail is not a crime.
Oh, being a
So,
victim of blackmail is not a crime.
right.
Right.
You may have committed a crime and then be being blackmailed because of what you did.
Right. But you're not
But
the
Gary
extorter.
didn't Gary didn't well, but Gary did technically do something illegal by pretending to get married. So, but the only person who's really going to care about that is Cornelia. And
Yeah.
now they're going to get married for real anyway. Like it's just like
He's gonna be fine.
he's going to be fine
Neither of these two
until
terrible people will suffer
until
any
he kills
consequences.
her, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
You think he has the
I
taste?
mean, I do. The thing is, I think Gary is a passive manipulator. I don't think he's like a physically violent person. I don't think he would do that. I think his power is in words with people. So I don't think he would end up killing her. But do I think he would lead her astray so that she ends up
Hmm.
dead somewhere? Maybe that. You know what I mean? I don't think he would lay
Right.
hands
If
on.
she falls, he wouldn't come pick her up. He might let her
Right. If she happens to
out of
be
his
hanging
life.
on the balcony or off the roof, he wouldn't extend a hand. He would just let her fall. That's kind of how I think
Hmm. Very
Gary
passive.
operates. Yeah.
Just lets things happen to him
Yeah.
and makes so much money. Damn, I'm jealous.
Wait, I take it all back. Gary, how do I do
Gary,
this?
uh, teach me your ways.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's sort of like that whole sugar daddy, sugar mommy
That's
sort of
right.
thing. If you have the predisposition, you know what, get it. Do it. Don't hurt anybody.
No judgment here.
You got your frontal lobe. You're
We
over
have so
27.
much in common. We both like talking and soup.
We could talk
Yeah.
or not talk for hours. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Good performances.
Yeah.
Uh, a plot that under scrutiny is a little inscrutable.
Yeah.
But part of that is because people are making ridiculous decisions. And you know what? People do make ridiculous decisions. So it's not even that it's unbelievable, it's that it's frustrating that
Yeah.
people would do this to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
it's another situation where the murder victim is not sympathetic, but we don't know why she's unsympathetic until
Yeah.
after she's murdered.
Yeah. Like we don't
It's
real
an
like
interesting choice.
when Grady shows up and she's dead, it's not like, oh no.
Oh
It's
no.
like, oh, it's
Maybe for
Sandra.
him. We're
Right.
like, oh no, this girl he liked is dead. It's not even like, oh no, this innocent woman was
I don't
killed.
even feel bad for him because we saw her being shady before she was dead toward Grady. So it's like, oh, good.
Yeah, you know, but
Good
he's like this
riddance.
kicked puppy.
I
I think
know.
we're meant to side on this. I think we're meant to feel for Grady. Whether or not we do, I guess, is up to us. But I think we're meant to think, oh,
My
Grady.
my compassion toward Grady is pretty selective,
Yeah,
depending
it's
on what kind
fair.
of bonehead shit he gets into.
Yeah, yeah.
Grady, you're 30.
And
It's time.
this is all his making too. Like a lot of this is his making. Um, he makes, yeah, he's sort of the stooge.
He like writes his own story sometimes. He digs his own grave.
Yeah, bad decision after bad. And he's another one who sort of like lets things happen to him.
Yeah,
He's another passive sort of,
very
and then when he
passive.
gets his gumption, then he has to pay for it. I
It
mean,
would be, do we ever really get to see a moment where Grady is assertive, in control, and really has his head on his shoulders the right way? I
um,
can't off the top of my head think of an instance.
he's useful in some regard. He helps Jessica effectively in a appointment only, and he helps her effectively even in no accounting.
Crossed
Does
up, he's
he?
helpful.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think he was my Watson pick for our wrap
Hmm.
up for that. Um, no. Short answer, no with a yes.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, yeah, no. Even the Szechuan Dragon episode, he's not the one who gets shit done.
Right.
Well,
Well,
that's not his role. That's not
nope.
what he's here for. That's not what he's here for.
We'll write some Grady fan fiction and
Get
give
it
him some
together,
balls.
folks.
Yeah.
Where's your Grady degree?
All right
Well,
then.
that's all I got.
Me too. I think that was plenty.
Yeah. Well, folks, we're gonna head back to Cabot Cove for our next episode for a classic. It's one of everyone's favorites. It's
And I
the
just have a
Barbitals
question for you,
episode.
Victor Vaughn.
Yeah.
Who wants chowder?
It's a classic. It's another packed full of people episode. A lot of guest stars. If we thought that this episode was full of people, a lot of our in our next one. A lot of
Well, and
repeat visitors as well.
it's kind of a small cast, but they're so distinct, every one of them, that it feels like such a full house.
Yeah. Well, it's still, I mean, of Tupper's family that comes visiting, we got two brothers, Elmo, and the sister. It's four.
Yep.
Four. Plus Tupper's uh plus and Mira. Throw in a couple of townies. Yeah, you're busy.
And
We're busy.
let's not forget the return of Colleen Camp in a very different role.
And a very different role. Oh, and our detective too, so, or a
Yeah.
private investigator. So there's a
Yeah.
lot. There's a lot of folks. There's a lot of
There are
folks.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, freeze turkey. It's gonna be good. So please stick around, folks. If you like what you're hearing, follow, like, and subscribe. Leave
Oh
us a
yeah.
comment or two. Follow us on the Instagram. We're at Murder She Wrote Pod, and
On
we'll see you next
YouTube, you
time.
can find us at Petra
Oh
Fried
yes,
Presents. As I'm saying that out loud, I'm thinking maybe we need our own YouTube channel. Murder
we
She
may
Wrote
have reached
Pod.
that point. We may have
Yeah.
reached that point, but who's to say? Who's
Who's
to
to
say?
say? Who's to say?
I was thinking actually, we if we still have that domain, we could always link right to that channel.
We do still have that domain.
So
It's on
maybe we should do
autopay.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, oh shit. Uh, do you know how much anguish and cash that domain has cost over the years?
Right.
Uh, all right, folks, that's it for us today. I'm Victor
hmm
Devon,
I'm Petra Fried,
and this
and this
was
was Tonight
Tonight
on Murder,
on
She
Murder
Wrote.
She Wrote.
Do you like staying in hotels?
I do. I do like staying in hotels, and also they are one of the most frequent settings of my dreams.
No way. What's
Yes,
that about?
I believe because they are my opinion is that they are transitional spaces and they are places you stay when you're between places. And they are therefore possibly
Sure.
symbolic of a lot of that. Also, I spent a lot of my time in formative years in hotels for conventions,
Oh yeah.
and I still spend a lot of time in hotels when I go for shows or burlesque festivals. Um, they're a big deal. They're a big finance issue. I declare them like they're a big part of my life.
Yeah.
So I dream a lot of them, hotels, and then um, my high school. I still dream a lot of my high school and where I lived in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Hmm.
Those are a lot of
It's
those
baked
are my
in
top
there,
three
isn't it?
locations.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Of all ages too. Like I'm of sometimes it's right now. Yeah, it's all done. I like hotels. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who, when I go to a show or I go to a festival and I'm staying at a hotel, I stay in the festival. Sorry, I stay in the hotel until I go to the show locations. I don't travel. I don't like
You're not going and sightseeing, right?
sightsee.
You're like enjoying
Nope.
your little private
I will
vacation
order in.
time. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I
That's
do
me.
love a hotel. I do feel like every hotel ever has like a slightly uncanny valley quality to it, which I kind
The
of
back
dig.
rooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a liminal space situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you open an elevator door and walk into a hotel hallway, I think like, well, I'm on my way to hell. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Or John
I
Malkovich's head.
love it. I love it.